This is a secret manual of peerless inner strength cultivation from China. Only this child believed it was real. So he started practicing from a young age. This led to him being laughed at by other children. They were unwilling to play with him. He didn't develop any real skills as he grew up. His girlfriend dumped him. Since then, he's been spending his time at the internet cafe. He ate, drank, slept, and relieved himself at the internet cafe, completely losing his way. But unexpectedly, a system failure occurred on the computer he was using. Then he was transported to another world. He fell from the sky and landed at the feet of a three-headed monster. He even knocked out one of its young. This enraged the three-headed monster. It glared at him menacingly. He was still dazed. He was just about to get up and check where he was when a smell reached him from behind. The stench made Liu Feng quickly cover his nose and look back. He shouldn't have looked. The sight startled him. He scrambled to his feet and ran. Three monstrous beasts pursued him relentlessly. Then one of the beasts let out a roar. The sound actually turned into a real attack. It severed a huge thick tree. Luckily Liu Feng had ducked, but it wasn't over yet. The three-headed monster launched an even more ferocious attack. Three heads gathered their power, simultaneously launching it at Liu Feng. He was about to be hit. He threw himself to the side. He dodged the monster's attack. The monster decided to use a more powerful skill. His three heads roared at the sky. The energy it gathered was even stronger than before. They fired it at Liu Feng again. A giant energy ball flew towards Liu Feng. He ran away in terror. It was so huge he couldn't possibly dodge it. My strength tripled, my speed increased threefold, a magnificent start. Then a surge of power flowed through my body. I didn't have time to ponder it at that moment. I'd improvise. I immediately used a swift wind step. In an instant I vanished. I dodged the monster's attack and escaped from the clutches of the beast, but this tired him out quite a bit. He wanted to rest for a while and think about the Hoaxia inner martial arts he practiced as a child. It was completely useless on Earth, but it actually works in this different world. Suddenly he felt something behind him. It was a beast even more ferocious than the last one. He was so scared that he ran away. To save his life, he had no choice but to use the swift wind step again. He dashed to a patch of grass. Little did he know it was a small cliff. A very pretty girl was standing at the bottom. Liu Feng saw her and quickly called out for her to move. But it was too late when the girl heard him. Liu Feng threw the girl to the ground. He looked at the girl's amazing figure. His nosebleed wouldn't stop. The girl quickly stood up, covered her mouth, and shouted "Lum." Then she slapped him hard. The monster heard the sound and came over. It pounced on them from the bushes. At this time, Liu Feng, to save the girl, pushed her away. He himself took the monster's attack. He immediately fell to the ground. My consciousness grew blurry, and the monster was about to deliver the final blow. At the crucial moment, an old man appeared. He wielded a giant blade and struck the monster. This old man was actually the girl's grandfather. Then the old man and the night leopard monster engaged in a fierce battle. His granddaughter watched over Liu Feng. She held Liu Feng in her arms and asked, "Are you right? Can you open your eyes?" Liu Feng replied with difficulty, it hurts so much." But he could endure to protect such a cute girl. This boy had a wuxi dream since childhood. He even possessed a secret manual of the strongest martial arts in China. He started cultivating since he was young, but unfortunately it was useless. He was even laughed at by these children. But he unexpectedly transmigrated to another world. My Hoaxia inner strength actually works here. But as soon as he arrived, he was chased by magical beasts. He almost lost his life. Luckily, he met Grandpa Hack and his granddaughter Vale. He escaped death. Afterwards, Liu Feng lived with them for over half a month. He gradually understood this world. It's a world of swords and magic. It's called the Yilan continent. And the law of survival here is the same. The strong prey on the weak. The strong reign supreme. They possess the highest status. The four saints establish 4 academies with disciples everywhere. Except for the 3 venerables who stay out of worldly affairs, no one can shake the 4 saints' position. The rules of the continent are firmly in their hands. Those who comply will live. Those who resist will perish. There's no way to fight back. However, the old rules will eventually be broken. The revered one who will forge the new rules has descended from the void. That person is Liu Feng. But he still needs time to grow. And on this Nightfall continent, everyone can cultivate Dukai and magic. They are divided into 11 ranks according to strength. The 9th rank is called Grandmaster. The 10th rank is the Saint rank, and the highest is Supreme. Legend says there are even higher ranks. But currently, no one has reached them. Most humans here are at the 3rd or 4th rank. But Grandpa Hack is a 5th rank swordsman, and Vale is one of the 4 saints, a saint personally recruited by Blue Flute. It means that he is a talented student who has the potential to reach the saint rank within 40 years. But Liu Feng only knows Chinese Kung Fu. He didn't use it on Earth. He never expected to be able to use it here. However, Chinese Kung Fu and this world's power system are completely different. Therefore, he can only cultivate Chinese Kung Fu, and in the past half-month, Liu Feng has become a dishwasher at Grandpa Hack's bar. Where is a pretty wine-serving waitress? When Liu Feng finished washing the glasses and stretched, Ware walked over and gave him a rap on the head, because he had carried over many glasses at once just now. She was worried that he might slip and fall, and his wound from the beast's scratch would reopen. Liu Feng quickly apologized to Ware, and said he wouldn't do it again. Ware had a question for him. It was that day in the forest. You didn't know me at all. Why did you save me? Weren't you afraid us? Because Liu Feng was only thinking about saving people at the time. He didn't think too much. Besides, she was such a pretty girl. But there's also another point. He had no relatives in this world. Even if I die, no one would care. Ware interrupted him, saying, Don't say that. I care. From today on, I'm your family. Liu Feng smiled and nodded. Suddenly, a group of people walked over. The leader started insulting Liu Feng. Tell him to stay away from his fiancée veil. Liu Feng was startled and couldn't believe it. This man's name is Reno. His identity is very special. The city lord is his father. He can do whatever he wants here. But Veil isn't married to him, so he's here to force her to marry him. Liu Feng, standing nearby, couldn't bear to watch and stepped in front of Ware. Seeing this, Reno immediately ordered his men to attack Liu Feng. Liu Feng quickly grabbed Ware's hand. He used the swift wind step. He dashed past them. Reno, upon seeing this, raised his sword and swung it at Liu Feng. Unfortunately, his speed was too slow. Liu Feng instantly appeared behind him. He's just a bully who relies on his power? Besides sycophants, what else does he have? Reno was furious when he heard this. He swung his sword at Liu Feng again, but Liu Feng dodged it again. But this time, Liu Feng was going to strike back. He punched Reno, sending him flying several meters away, and he also beat up his men. He took down everyone in less than a minute. His strength also broke through after this battle. His Huaxi internal martial arts finally reached the entry level, but he didn't know what rank his current strength was equivalent to in this world. At this time, Liu Feng looked at Reno lying on the ground. He felt he had gone a little too far. His father is the city lord. Won't he come looking for trouble? Ware said there was no need to worry. It was their fault to begin with. If the city lord dares to bother us, I'll tell the land to... Liu Feng, no longer worried, took Ware's hand and prepared to go for a stroll in the market. Liu Feng could never imagine his actions would not only fail to help Ware, but would also harm her. When they returned from their shopping trip, they were stunned when they opened the door. The bar was in utter chaos. Grandpa Hack was even being choked by a man. That man was Lei Ting, the city lord of Rongma City. Seeing Liu Feng, Reno quickly told his father, Sim, he insulted me. He said our family are all. And that he should be the city lord. Lei Ting learned all this but didn't get angry. Instead, Liu Feng was so angry that he attacked them. But in front of Lei Ting, his movements were too slow. With just one finger, he rendered him immobile. Ware wanted to tell the teacher. Unfortunately, Lei Ting wouldn't let her leave the room. He planned to kill them to silence them. That way, Ware's teacher would never know. So with magic, Lei Ting grabbed Ware by the neck, preventing her from chanting incantations. She was even having trouble breathing. Seeing this, Liu Feng was furious, gritting his teeth. He stood up again and charged towards Lei Ting. At that moment, Lei Ting threw Grandpa Hack at him, then controlled a sword, which whizzed towards them. Grandpa Hack realized he could have dodged it himself, but he chose to take the blow for Liu Feng. Then he urged Liu Feng to quickly take Ware and leave. He would hold off lightning himself. Seeing his urgency, lightning granted Grandpa Hack his wish. Lightning clenched his fist, controlling his magic. Grandpa Hack instantly turned into a puddle of water. When Veil saw this, she immediately lost her mind. She broke free from the thunder's restraint. The next second, she was controlled by the thunder again. Liu Feng seized this opportunity to try a sneak attack. Unfortunately, his speed was like a tortoise to the thunder. He was easily knocked to the ground. Then he was controlled by magic. The thunder wanted him to watch a good show. That's right in front of him. Let his son teach Ware a lesson. Just as Reno was about to attack Ware, Liu Feng used all his strength to break free and rushed towards Reno, but was stopped by Lei Ting. He wanted to blame Liu Feng for what happened to Ware. Then he would give Ware's teacher his head. That way, Lei Ting could get away with it. Just as Lei Ting was about to attack Liu Feng, Ware unleashed a burst of energy, knocking Lei Nuo to the ground. Then a powerful gem appeared on her chest. Lei Ting panicked upon seeing it. She was about to self-destruct. Ware looked at Liu Feng with tears streaming down her face. She spoke her last words to him. Meeting you, I'm truly happy. You must live on. At that moment, Liu Feng also cried, because Ware is the only one in this strange world who treats Liu Feng as family. Liu Feng immediately used his swift wind steps to try and stop her. Unfortunately, he was just a little too late. He only managed to grab the hairband on her head. With a loud bang, the bar was blown to smithereens. However, neither Lei Ting nor Lai Nuo were killed in the explosion. At this time, inside the building after the explosion, there was an additional woman with white hair. The moment wire exploded, she saved wire. At that moment, the gray-haired woman looked at the father and son before her and sneered. Who do you think you are? You dare attack a sacred student of my Star Blue Academy? Manhwa in a forest? Portal open. Liu Feng crawled out of it. He looked at the hairband in his hand. He immediately thought of Ware and Grandpa Hacks. He sadly tears. He vowed to definitely kill those two bastards. To avenge Veal and Grandpa Hack who died because of them. This is a secret manual of unparalleled inner strength from China. Only this child believed it was real. So he started practicing from a young age. This also led to him being laughed at by other children. They were unwilling to play with him. He grew up without any special skills. His girlfriend dumped him because of it. After that, he came to the internet cafe to kill time. He ate, drank, and slept there, completely despondent. But then something unexpected happened. His computer had a system failure. Then he was transported to another world. He fell from the sky, landing at the feet of a monster with 3 heads. And he even knocked the other person's child unconscious. This enraged the 3 magical beasts. They glared at him fiercely. He was still dazed. He was just about to get up and check where he was, when a smell came from behind him. The stench made Liu Feng quickly cover his nose and look back. He shouldn't have looked. The sight startled him. He quickly scrambled up and ran away. The 3-headed monster relentlessly pursued him. At that moment, the monster roared. The sound transformed into a real attack. It severed a huge thick tree. Luckily, Liu Feng had crouched down just in time, but it wasn't over yet. The 3-headed monster launched an even more ferocious attack. The 3 heads gathered their power. He simultaneously launched an attack toward the Feng. It looked like he was about to be hit. He threw himself to the side. He dodged the magical beast's attack. The magical beast decided to use a more powerful skill. His 3 heads roared at the sky. The energy it gathered was even stronger than before. They launched it toward Liu Feng again. A huge energy ball flew towards Liu Feng. He was so scared that he ran away. It was so big he couldn't possibly dodge it. His strength increased 3-fold, and his speed tripled. Then a surge of power welled up inside him. He had no time to think about it at that moment. He could only try anything. He immediately used a swift wind step. In an instant he vanished. He dodged the monster's attack, and escaped the monster's clutches, but it exhausted him. He wanted to rest for a bit, and think about the waxy internal martial arts he practiced as a child. Is useless on Earth. But it actually worked in this different world. Suddenly he felt something behind him. He turned his head to look. It was a magical beast even more ferocious than before. He was so scared that he ran away. To save his life, he had no choice but to use swift step again. He darted into a patch of grass, but it turned out to be a small cliff, and at the bottom stood a very beautiful girl. Liu Feng quickly called out to her, urging her to get out of the way. But it was too late when the girl heard. Liu Feng directly threw the girl to the ground. He looked at the girl's attractive figure. His nosebleed wouldn't stop. The girl quickly got up, covered herself, and shouted help. Then she slapped him hard. The Warcraft heard the noise and came over. It pounced on them from the bushes. At this moment, Liu Feng pushed the girl out of the way to save her. He pushed her away. He himself took a hit from the monster's attack. He immediately fell to the ground. His consciousness grew blurry. The monster was about to deliver a finishing blow. At the critical moment, an old man appeared. He wielded a giant broadsword and struck the monster. He forced it back several meters, saving Liu Feng from being. But this old man is actually the girl's grandfather. Then the old man and the shadow leopard engaged in a fierce battle. His granddaughter watched over Liu Feng. She held Liu Feng in her arms and asked, "Are you right? Can you open your eyes?" Liu Feng said with difficulty, it hurts so much, but it's worth it to protect such a cute girl." This boy had a dream of becoming a martial arts hero since childhood. He even possessed a secret manual of the strongest Chinese martial arts. He started practicing from a young age, but unfortunately, it was useless. He was even laughed at by these children. But he unexpectedly transmigrated to another world. Here his Chinese internal martial arts actually worked. However, as soon as he arrived, he was chased by magical beasts. He almost lost his life. Luckily, I met Grandpa Hack and his granddaughter Vale. That's how I escaped. Afterwards, I lived with them for over half a month. I got a general understanding of this world. It's a world of swords and magic, called the Nightfall Continent. And the law of survival here is also the survival of the fittest, the strong rule. They hold the highest positions. The 4 saints established the 4 great academies with disciples everywhere. Except for the 3 venerables who are unconcerned with worldly affairs, no one can shake the 4 saints' position. The rules of the continent are firmly in their hands. Those who completely survive, those who defy perish without resistance. However, the old rules will eventually be broken. The venerable one who established the new rules has descended, shattering the void. This person is Liu Feng, but he still needs some time to grow, and on this night idle continent, everyone can cultivate Dukai and magic. They are divided into 11 ranks according to their strength. The 9th rank is called Grandmaster. The 10th rank is the Saint rank, and the highest is Supreme. Legend says there are even higher levels, but currently no one has reached them. Most of the humans here are at levels 3 or 4, but Grandpa Hack is a 5th level great swordsman, and Vale is one of the 4 saints, a saint specially recruited by Blue Flute, meaning she's a talented student with a chance to advance to the saint level within 40 years. But Liu Feng only knows Chinese internal martial arts. Back on Earth I didn't expect I could use it here. But Hoaxia inner strength and this world's power system are completely different. So he can only cultivate Hoaxia inner strength, and in the past half-month, Liu Feng, he became a dishwasher at Grandpa Hack's bar, while Wei became a pretty barmaid. When Liu Feng finished washing the glasses and stretched, Wei walked over and gave him a flick on the head. Because he carried so many wine glasses at once just now, I was worried he might slip and fall, and his wound from being scratched by a monster before would open up again. Liu Feng quickly apologized to Wei, saying he wouldn't do that again. At this time, Wei had a question for him. It was that day in the forest. You didn't even know me. Why did you save me? Aren't you afraid of dying? Because Liu Feng was only thinking about saving people at the time and didn't think too much. Besides, she was such a beautiful girl. But there's one more thing. He doesn't have any relatives in this world. Even if he dies, no one will care. Wei interrupted him and said, "Don't say that. From today on, I'm your family." Liu Feng smiled and nodded. Suddenly, a group of people walked over. The leader immediately started insulting Liu Feng, telling him to stay away from his fiancée Wei. Liu Feng was shocked and disbelieving. And this man's name was Reno. His identity is very special. The city lord of this city is his father. He can do whatever he wants here. But he and Vale are not married, so this visit is to force her to marry him. Liu Feng, standing nearby, couldn't bear it any longer and stepped in front of Vale. Seeing this, Reno immediately ordered his men to attack Liu Feng. Liu Feng quickly grabbed Vale's hand. He used swift steps. He darted past them. Seeing this, Reno raised his sword and swung at Liu Feng. Unfortunately, he was too slow. Liu Feng instantly appeared behind him. He also taunted him, calling him a bullying coward. Besides sycophants, what else does he have? Reno was furious upon hearing this. He swung another sword at Liu Feng, but Liu Feng dodged it again. But this time, Liu Feng was going to make his move. He punched Reno, sending him flying several meters away. He also beat up Reno's men. He took down everyone in under a minute. After this battle, his strength had also broken through. His Chinese martial arts had finally reached the beginner level, but he didn't know what tier his current strength was equivalent to in this world. At this time, Liu Feng looked at Reno lying on the ground. He felt he had gone a little too far. His father is the city lord. Won't he come to find trouble with us? Wei said not to worry. It was they who were wrong in the first place. If the city lord dares to come and find trouble with us, I'll tell they land to... Liu Feng, no longer worried, held Wei's hand and prepared to go for a stroll at the market. Liu Feng could never have imagined his actions would not only fail to help Wei, but would also harm her. When they returned from their shopping trip and opened the door, they were stunned. The bar was in utter chaos. Grandpa Hack was even being choked by a man. He is Lei Ting, the city lord of Rama City. Seeing Liu Feng, Lino quickly told his father. He insulted. He also said that our family are all offensive term. He should be the city lord. Lei Ting learned all this, but didn't get angry. Instead, Liu Feng was so angry that he directly attacked them. But in front of Lei Ting, his movements were far too slow. He was rendered immobile with just one finger. A slight exertion sent him flying several meters. Wei considered telling her teacher. Unfortunately, Lei Ting wouldn't let her leave the room. He planned to kill her to silence her. That way, Wei's teacher wouldn't find out, so Lei Ting used magic to choke Wei, preventing her from chanting any spells. I'm having trouble breathing. Liu Feng, seeing this, gritted his teeth in anger. He stood up again and charged towards Lei Ting. At this moment, Lei Ting threw Grandpa Hack at him. Then he controlled a sword, and it shot towards them. Grandpa Hack realized he could have dodged it himself, but chose to block the sword for Liu Feng. Then tell him to take Vale and leave here immediately. I'll hold off Thunder. Seeing how anxious he is, Thunder, I'll grant Grandpa Hack's wish. Thunder clenched his fist, controlling his magic. Grandpa Hack instantly turned into a puddle of water. Vale lost her composure upon seeing this. She broke free from Thunder's grasp. The next second, he was controlled by lightning again. Liu Feng seized this opportunity to launch a surprise attack. Unfortunately, his speed was like a tortoise to lightning. He easily knocked him to the ground. Then he used magic to control him. He wanted him to watch a good show. That is, right in front of him. He would let his son teach Wei a lesson. Just as Renault was about to attack Vale, Liu Feng struggled free with all his might, rushing towards Renault but was stopped by Thunder. He wanted to frame Liu Feng for what happened to Vale, then give her teacher Liu Feng's head. That way, Thunder could get away with it. Just as Thunder was about to attack Liu Feng, Vale unleashed a burst of energy, knocking Renault to the ground. Then a powerful gem appeared on her chest. Lading panicked when she saw it. She was about to self-destruct. Wei looked at Liu Feng with tears streaming down her face. She spoke her final words to him. Meeting you, I'm truly happy. You must live on. At that moment Liu Feng also cried, because Wei was the only person in this other world who treated Liu Feng like family. Liu Feng immediately used his swift wind step to try and stop her. Such a pity, I almost got her. I only managed to grab the hairband on her head. Then with a loud bang, the bar was blown to smithereens. But Lading and Reno weren't killed. Then, inside the room after the explosion, there was a woman with white hair. At the moment of the explosion, she saved Wire. The white-haired woman looked at the father and son before her and sneered. What are you? You dare attack a sacred student of Singlan Academy? Manhwa in a forest? Portal open. Liu Feng crawled out of it. He looked at the headband in his hand. He immediately thought of Ware and Grandpa Hack. He sadly tears. He vowed to avenge those two bastards. Avenging Ware and Grandpa Hack first. This is Liu Feng's biggest regret. It led to the destruction of Ware and Grandpa Hack's family. He felt extremely guilty. He wanted to go back and take revenge on Lei Ting. Suddenly a loud bang. A huge object crashed in front of him. And many powerful human warriors, they're besieging the Black Dragon, and their goal is to obtain the Black Dragon's egg. The strongest among them right now is this self-proclaimed old man. His weapon is even a sacred artifact. Unfortunately, facing the powerful Black Dragon, even a sacred artifact weapon isn't much use. Liu Feng froze in place after seeing this. At this moment, Heilong discovered him. He thought he was the old man's subordinate. So Heilong prepared to swallow him whole. But Heilong suddenly stopped attacking. He smelled Liu Feng's scent. He discovered that he was actually an earthling. Taking this opportunity, the group attacking Heilong shot arrows at him. However, these arrows were like tickling to Heilong. But one arrow imbued with magic flew towards Liu Feng. Seeing this, the Black Dragon shielded him. Therefore, it was also injured. Liu Feng was puzzled. Why did you save me? The Black Dragon didn't explain. Because those humans launched a group attack on him. At this time, two 7th Order powerhouses used the meteor fire skill on him. The Black Dragon, to prevent Liu Feng from being hurt, use your wings to shield him from the flames. Then tell Liu Feng I'll hold these people off. These words reminded Liu Feng of Grandpa Hack's. At this moment, he didn't want to be protected anymore. An astonishing power suddenly erupted within him. Even the Black Dragon was stunned. And this power directly forced those human powerhouses back several meters. This caused some changes in Liu Feng's body, because a drop of Black Dragon's blood merged into his body, opening up his 8 extraordinary meridians. He has become an unparalleled martial arts prodigy. He instantly mastered the indestructible body from the Chinese inner martial arts. Then he furiously charged towards those strong men. One of them, a green-haired man, sneered. Such reckless movements, what a loser. At this time, a guy with an axe. He instantly teleported in front of Liu Feng, and swung an axe at him. Liu Feng caught the blow with his bare hands. The energy from their clash sent them both flying back. Seeing this, Heilong caught Liu Feng with his tail, and warned him not to be impulsive, because these people are all 7th Order experts, and they're all wielding sacred artifacts. Liu Feng didn't care. He broke free from Heilong's grasp. Immediately after, he kicked her. By the time the woman reacted, it was too late to dodge. Luckily, Lu Mao used his hammer to block Liu Feng's kick for her in time. However, Lu Mao's hammer blow was incredibly powerful. It directly sent Liu Feng flying tens of meters away. Before Liu Feng could regain his footing, Lu Mao grabbed his hammer and unleashed the meteor fire skill on him. Luckily, Heilong was fast enough. He blocked the blow for him. Suddenly, Liu Feng spat out blood. His inner strength was depleted. He couldn't maintain the Vajra body any longer. He weakly lay on the ground. Heilong was very anxious when he saw this. This also gave the old human man a chance. The sword wounded him. Immediately afterwards, the old man launched a final attack on him with his high-level Grandmaster skills. The Black Dragon also sensed danger. He grabbed Liu Feng and activated a spatial magic teleportation array. The 7th Order archer immediately shot arrows at the Black Dragon. Meanwhile, to prevent the Black Dragon's escape, the 7th Order swordsman actually threw his holy sword. It pierced the Black Dragon's chest. It's a pity, but I still couldn't stop the Black Dragon from leaving. He entered the spatial magic teleportation array. He successfully escaped from here. But these human experts don't seem to be worried at all after seeing this, because the axe-wielding woman placed a tracking spell on the Black Dragon. This man is the Black Dragon's human form. His name is At, and like Liu Feng, he's an earthling. He crossed over to this place half a year ago. He woke up and found himself transformed into a Black Dragon. He also found that he could breathe out an egg. Those human powerhouses were from the 4 great empires and mercenary groups. They gathered together to steal his dragon egg. Liu Feng was completely dumbfounded. Why did you hide the dragon egg in the trash heap? Arthur said it was very safe hidden here. Arthur found the dragon egg. It looks just like a giant egg. Although this dragon egg wasn't laid, but spat out, At still considers it his child. He even hopes it will hatch into a girl. At then handed the dragon egg to Liu Feng. Let him hold it for a while to calm his nerves. At this moment, Liu Feng had a question for At. As a dragon, why were you attacked by humans? According to Liu Feng, there are fewer than 100 dragons in the world. They are very protective of their own. At confirms that dragons are indeed protective of their own, but due to certain reasons, many years ago a black dragon stole the dragon god's egg, resulting in the black dragons being expelled from the dragon clan. They are no longer protected by the dragon clan, so those humans who had long coveted the dragons set their sights on the black dragons. And if an empire possessed a dragon, it would have the power to dominate the continent, but those adult dragons would certainly not be under their command. Therefore, black dragon eggs became their target. As long as they raised them from a young age, they would possess a fully grown, gigantic black dragon. I almost accidentally injured them. Speaking of which, Liu Feng recalled a sad event. It was my naivety that harmed Wei and Grandpa Hack. After hearing this, Ed suddenly remembered something. There is the goddess of life in this world. According to legend, the goddess of life can resurrect the dead in a matter of minutes. This gave Liu Feng renewed hope. He was just about to ask how to find the goddess of life, when suddenly the ground shook violently. Ed looked at the blue butterfly and understood the reason. It was those guys from before. They had tracked him down using magic, so it decided to activate the teleportation array again, to send the dragon egg and Liu Feng away. He would stay behind to draw away those powerful humans. This worried Liu Feng about his safety. But don't worry, Ader is a fully grown dragon. If he wants to run, none of these humans can stop him. Eder then threw the old man's artifact to Liu Feng and let him use it. But remember, never overuse it, otherwise you'll be backlashed. Then Ader activated the teleportation array and pushed Liu Feng into it. Sudden surge of powerful spiritual energy impacted the teleportation array. This caused the destination of the teleportation to shift. Had tried to stop it, but it was too late. Liu Feng, holding the dragon egg, had already entered. The human powerhouses found the black dragon, so the black dragon activated the teleportation array. He teleported Liu Feng and the dragon egg away, but the array was impacted by the powerful spiritual energy of those humans. This caused a positional offset. Liu Feng and the dragon egg were teleported to the vast grassland of the orc territory. At this moment, Liu Feng discovered that the dragon egg had developed cracks. Suddenly a bright light emanated from the dragon egg. With a loud Liu Feng was blown away. Those in the know understand he was incubating a dragon egg, but those who don't might think it's a scene from Dragon Ball Z. After the dust settled, a golden dragon appeared before Liu Feng. It looked very much like a Chinese dragon. However, Liu Feng was very curious whether it was male or female. Suddenly the little golden dragon turned into a wisp of smoke, transformed into a human form, and immediately kicked Liu Feng, and said, "I am a boy." Liu Feng was speechless. But little golden dragon is indeed a boy. Then it conjured up a piece of clothing and put it on. Immediately afterwards it sat on Liu Feng's head and said, "I'm hungry." Liu Feng was quite flustered, thinking it wanted milk. Actually, he doesn't drink milk, he only eats meat. Liu Feng was relieved after learning this. Pick up the sacred artifact on the ground. I'm going to get some meat for the child. 1 hour later, Liu Feng found a delicious treat for Xilong. Xilong made a disgusted face after taking a bite. The taste is so-so, I'm not satisfied. This made Liu Feng furious. I won't argue with him, considering he's still a child. At this moment, Liu Feng remembered that Yat hadn't told him Xilong's name, so Liu Feng named him as Jin. But just look at Xiaojin's expression to know how much he dislikes it. After Xiaojin ate his fill, he fell asleep in Liu Feng's arms. He looked at Xiaojin and secretly vowed he would definitely protect Xiaojin, and he would make himself stronger, then revive Wei and the others. So Liu Feng plans to train himself in this monster-infested area. Then he'll find a safe place to settle down and gather clues about the life goddess. After that, he'll find a way to find Ed and reunite with him. 10 days later, the two of them were lying on the ground. Signs were stuck all around them, reading "Come and eat." It turned out Liu Feng was using himself as bait to hunt. At this moment, a red wolf monster quietly approached them. It seemed they could finally catch and eat the red wolf, but a group of mercenaries appeared in the distance. Red Wolf turned his gaze towards them. The mercenaries used binoculars to check the situation. They spotted 2 people. Seeing this, Liu Feng gestured for them to leave quickly. Don't let it interfere with your hunting, but they misunderstood. They thought Liu Feng was waving to them for help, but that red wolf is a 7th-order beast. They can't possibly win, but the captain still decided to save Liu Feng. At this time, the bald mercenary felt something was amiss. There are usually a lot of magical beasts in this area, but this time we've been walking for a long time, and haven't seen a single one. Too unusual. Besides, the arrangements around that boy seem very strange. I'm afraid there's something wrong. The squad leader thought it made sense, but lives were at stake. He couldn't just ignore us and not save them. The four immediately took out their wuss. They launched a fierce attack on the Red Wolf. The Red Wolf leaped at them. Seeing this, the squad leader and his team ran away. Then he loudly told Liu Feng, "Let's lure the Red Wolf away. You guys run." Xiaojin burst into tears seeing the food disappear. Liu Feng was speechless, but they risked themselves to save us. We can't just stand by and do nothing. Then Liu Feng chased after it. The squad leader was still running away, and the Red Wolf was in hot pursuit. They couldn't shake them off at all. The old man among them regretted trying to be a hero just now. It's all over now. Most importantly, he hasn't even held the girl's hand yet. At this time, the team leader tripped over a stone while running. Seeing this opportunity, the Red Wolf leaped and pounced. The team leader was in imminent danger. He was about to become the Red Wolf's meal. He is the overlord of this grassland, a 7th order Red Wolf. However, these mercenaries wandered into his territory and were immediately spotted by the Red Wolf. The mercenaries tried to run, but it was too late. Just as their leader was in mortal danger, Liu Feng severed the Red Wolf's head with one strike. Everyone was stunned by this scene. As night, they made the Red Wolf into dinner. The captain wanted to invite Liu Feng to join his mercenary group. At first he was a little reluctant, but upon hearing that Qins knew the entire continent very well, Liu Feng excitedly asked him about the whereabouts of the goddess of life. Qins didn't actually know. No one has seen the goddess of life since then. Liu Feng, who had just glimpsed hope, became despondent again. Kinsai comforted her, telling her not to be discouraged. Although no one has ever seen the goddess of life, it doesn't mean she doesn't exist. And you just need to become a mercenary to go to the mercenary guild. There you can buy all kinds of information. Perhaps you'll find the goddess of life's whereabouts there. You can also take on missions to earn gold coins. Food and drink are not a worry, it's all fish and meat. Liu Feng's hope was rekindled upon hearing this. Imagining endless food. Immediately agreed. This delighted Captain Qin. To have such a skilled person, join their mercenary group. A chance to become a top-tier mercenary group. The next day, Qins took Liu Feng to the Mubilo fortress. Then they found a bar specifically for mercenaries. Not only was the alcohol delicious here, but the barmaid was also beautiful. He got Liu Feng a drink. But he got Xiaojin a glass of juice. He had to drink beer even if he didn't want to. The proprietress told Xiaojin that minors were not allowed to drink alcohol. Xiaojin said, counting the time spent in the egg, "I'm already hundreds of years old." The proprietress burst into laughter. "Do you mean to say you're a dragon?" Xiaojin was about to admit it, when Liu Feng immediately covered his mouth, saying that Xiaojin loved to brag. The proprietress, hearing this, finally left. This made Xiaojin very confused. "Why can't I let the elder sister know that I'm a dragon?" Liu Feng looked around to make sure no one was there. Then he whispered to Xiaojin, "If you admit you're a dragon, everyone here will hunt us down. Don't you want to live?" This scared Xiaojin so much that he trembled. "I have no choice but to obediently drink my beverage." At this time, Qin saw Liu Feng sitting there motionless and thought they were hungry. He then generously said, "Order whatever you want, it's on me." This made Jin extremely happy. He immediately shouted, "Beautiful sister, give me the menu. I want to order." Then the proprietress brought a plate of grilled meat and handed it to Xiaojin. Liu Feng then asked, "There really are informants here. Do you know anything about the goddess of life?" Qin suggested going to Backwater Fortress City, where there are the most informants. There are a few informants there. Let's go ask them. The result left Liu Feng very disappointed. They didn't know either. But Liu Feng wouldn't give up. A sudden commotion caught their attention, so they went over to take a look. Xiaojin was gobbling down the grilled meat. Qin stared dumbfounded. He couldn't believe how much Xiaojin could eat. Liu Feng awkwardly covered his face, explaining that Xiaojin was going through a growth spurt. He was eating a bit much. Just finished speaking. The proprietress walked over again carrying a plate of grilled meat. Everyone was stunned. "Are you sure it's just a little too much? No wonder there are no magical beasts left on the Orcish plains." At this time, a group of people walked into the bar. They were from the Wild Fantasy Mercenary Corps. Their deputy leader, Wu Kai, was leading them. Qin felt a little panicked when he saw them. "I didn't expect them to actually come. He's an earthling who time-traveled to another world. When he first arrived, he was a complete idiot. Now his strength is terrifying. This big guy in front of him is an 8th Order expert, but he's so clueless he dares to provoke Liu Feng. However, an 8th Order expert is like an ant in Liu Feng's eyes. He doesn't even deserve to make Liu Feng draw his sword, so Liu Feng planned to defeat this big guy with this straw." Everyone was shocked. They couldn't believe he had the strength, but Kenshin still believed in him. Kenshin then made a bet with several people. Liu Feng and Wu Kai got ready. Wu Kai launched the attack first. He charged towards Liu Feng like a giant bear. Right now, Liu Feng plans to use his newly mastered move against him. The moment the big guy hit Liu Feng turned into two people. The big guy was stunned when he saw this. Immediately, the two Liu Fengs used straws to fiercely poke his censored A powerful internal force directly knocked the big guy out of the house. Kins was overjoyed when he saw this, quickly asking everyone for money. At this moment the big man's men panicked. They dragged their unconscious boss and ran away. They shouted loudly, "Our head of group will settle the score with you." Afterwards, Kins walked up to Liu Feng with 2 bags of gold coins he had won. He was prepared to give him half. Liu Feng refused his offer. Instead, he told him to keep it for the mercenary group's funds. Then Kins went to the counter with the money to pay the bill. But the money was nowhere near enough. Looking at the hefty bill, Kins was beside himself. "Sao Jin, how much did you eat?" "Not much, not much. Only about 90% full." Liu Feng was speechless and didn't even want to look at him. But they had no money to pay the bill, so they had to pawn their clothes. As they walked home, a mysterious figure appeared behind them. "I have a commission, are you interested?" Manhwa in a huge cathedral. This is the backyard of the Rhapsody mercenary group. Several people are currently stuck in a swamp. They are begging Captain Mo to spare them. "We know we were wrong. Please forgive us. Next time, even if we die, we will definitely complete the mission." The leader Modu ignored them. In the end, they were completely trapped in the swamp. At this time, a subordinate of the second-in-command rushed over anxiously. Could it be? Leader Motu Vice Leader Wukai has been injured. That person seems to be a new helper Kins brought in, and he defeated Vice Leader Wukai with just one move. Leader Motu was intrigued. So he emerged from the swamp. On the other side, the mercenary guild. Liu Feng and his 2 companions arrived. They couldn't accept the mission entrusted to them by the mysterious person just now. Liu Feng needed to obtain a 7th rank mercenary qualification. Only then could he accept the Class C mission mentioned by the mysterious person. However, Liu Feng became suspicious of this mysterious person. He felt something was wrong. Soon they arrived at the mercenary guild's hall. This stone is used to test strength. Just attack the stone to test your level. Liu Feng stepped forward to sign up. The staff member registered him. Then he went to the stone. He hit it with all his might. But the stone didn't react at all. The staff were dumbfounded. This shouldn't be happening. He leaned in to examine Liu Feng carefully. He discovered that Liu Feng surprisingly had no fighting spirit or magic. This slightly irritated the staff member. At this time, a strong man couldn't stand a useless person wasting time. He grabbed Liu Feng and sneered, "Kid, if you're useless, just stay home and don't come out. Don't come out to make a fool of yourself." At this moment, Liu Feng said in a low voice, "Let go." The strong man couldn't help but burst into laughter. "Did you all see that? This good-for-nothing actually asked me to let go." He regretted it the moment he finished speaking. Liu Feng knocked him to the ground with one punch. Everyone was stunned. Then Liu Feng decided to test it again, but suddenly a woman walked over from the side. She's furious. "What's all the commotion? Who was fighting just now? Have you all forgotten the rule against fighting in the Union Hall? Are you itching for a beating?" And this woman is Sophie, the head of the Never-Setting Sun Fortress Mercenary Union. Don't let her pretty looks fool you. She's incredibly strong. He's also the chairman of the Mercenary Guild. Because Liu Feng has no fighting spirit or magic, his level can't be tested. Sophie had to try herself how powerful he was. Just as both sides were ready, Liu Feng was about to draw his sword. Sophie charged at Liu Feng, dragging her heavy bun. The knife pierced him. Unfortunately, it was just an illusion. These are afterimages left by Liu Feng's swift wind step. Sophie didn't believe she couldn't hit him. She stabbed at Liu Feng again, but Liu Feng easily dodged it again. Sophie decided to use her best move. She slashed at Liu Feng again. She actually cut off a few of his hairs. Her speed was slightly faster than before, according to Liu Feng's observation. Sophie seems to have used some secret technique to overdraw her own energy and increase her speed. He didn't expect Sophie to be so desperate to win. He decided to stop. The moment Sophie attacked him, Liu Feng disappeared using his swift wind step. The next second he appeared beside Sophie. Liu Feng pointed the hilt of his sword at her body. Sophie lost this battle. Liu Feng obtained his mercenary license. Sophie took him to her office. She gave him a special reward. "Anything else you want, just ask." At that moment, Liu Feng noticed something was wrong with Sophie. She was so fierce just now, but now she's being so nice to him. Something's definitely wrong. Liu Feng said he only wanted the mercenary license. "I'm not interested in you either." Sophie, seeing his firmness, said, "All right, you passed the test." It turned out Sophie wanted to invite him to join her knights. As one of the heirs to the mercenary guild, each needs to have their own mercenary group, and the knights are Sophie's mercenary group. She saw that Liu Feng was strong and of good character. That's why I invited him to join. At this time, Liu Feng had a question. "The other members of the knights were all recruited by you in this way?" Speaking of which, Su Fei was furious. Those people only stayed because they coveted Su Fei's mies, but they didn't listen to Su Fei at all, so she dismissed them. But Liu Feng is different from them. Sophie offered him a generous deal. He would become the team leader if he joined. Besides a fixed monthly salary, he could also choose missions first. Moreover, the mission bounty would be doubled. Unfortunately, Liu Feng still refused her, because Liu Feng didn't want to be a leader with no team. Besides, he had more important things to do. Also, he has joined Kin's blazing mercenary corps. This made the proprietress furious. Then she took out a 7th rank mercenary badge, because Liu Feng couldn't pass the testing stone examination. According to the regulations, he could only be awarded a mercenary badge at the examiner's level. Sophie is currently only 7th rank, so she could only give him a 7th rank badge. Liu Feng was very happy to hear this. 7th rank is just right for accepting C-class missions. He left the guild with his badge. Afterwards, Kins wanted to celebrate with his team members. No matter how he knocked, they didn't answer. Kins, angered, kicked the door open. He was greatly surprised by what he saw inside. There had been a battle inside, and a few words were written on the wall. "They are in my hands. Motu." It seems they've been taken by Motu's BJ. Liu Feng immediately wanted to go to Motu's mercenary group to save them, but Ken stopped him. He knew how powerful Motu and his mercenary group were, so he didn't want Liu Feng to go and get himself killed. This can be handled by the enforcement team, but Liu Feng knew in his heart that they were useless. I pretended to agree to Ken's, saying I'd go to the enforcement team tomorrow morning. That night while Ken's was drunk, Liu Feng went to the Rhapsody Mercenary Corps alone. Liu Feng's friend was kidnapped. He went alone to the enemy's base camp to rescue them, but he was met with a fierce attack from the enemy. Unfortunately, they underestimated Liu Feng's strength. Now facing these weaklings who aren't even 7th rank, Liu Feng dealt with them in a matter of seconds. He easily dodged the mage's sneak attack, and he precisely located the mage's hiding spot. Then he drew his sword and threw it. Although he missed, he scared the hell out of him. At this moment, Liu Feng sensed many more people hiding in the shadows. He shouted loudly, "Motu!" only daring to send his underlings to die. "Is this all you've got?" Motus. "No wonder you defeated Wu Kai in one move." "Impressive indeed. You're no match for him. All of you leave." The person hidden in the shadows left. Motu then said he wanted a fair fight with Liu Feng. When Liu Feng arrived at the center of the courtyard, he had fallen into the trap meticulously set by Motu. His feet were stuck in the swamp, unable to move. To escape, he had to find Motu's true form, and its true form was in the swamp. But Liu Feng didn't know that. At this moment, Motu ordered the archers to shoot Liu Feng. But after shouting several times, no one shot at him. The archers who had been standing on the wall were all gone. Suddenly, a woman appeared on the wall. It turned out she was behind the disappearing archers. She then whipped her whip at Liu Feng. Seeing this, Liu Feng grabbed the whip. The woman pulled hard, pulling him out of the swamp. Seeing this, Motu summoned a swamp monster to attack Liu Feng. Liu Feng drew his sword and slashed the swamp monster to pieces, but it instantly regenerated. To completely destroy the swamp monster, we must find the main body of the metit. At this time, the woman told Liu Feng, "Metia is hidden in the swamp. As long as we destroy the swamp, he'll be helpless." Having said that, the woman cast ice magic. She froze the entire swamp into a block of ice. Mensai was successfully forced out of the swamp by her. Liu Feng immediately rushed forward with his sword. The next second, Motu knelt before Liu Feng. This left Liu Feng completely dumbfounded. Then Motu apologized to him for what happened today. He even gave him a lot of money. Suddenly, Motu pulled out a scroll of magic formation diagrams and threw it at Liu Feng. Everything he had done just now was an act, but this small magic formation couldn't do anything to Liu Feng. He immediately used his swift wind step, instantly appearing behind Motu. The sword pierced his chest. The Wild Fantasy Mercenary Group is hereby expelled from Neverset Fortress. At this moment, the mysterious woman leaped down from the wall. She was none other than Sophie, the head of the Mercenary Guild. She knew Motu was insidious and cunning. She guessed that Liu Feng, a rookie, would be at a disadvantage. "So I came here to help. Most importantly, I want to invite him to join my mercenary group. If he refuses, he'll have to pay Sophie's appearance fee. All the miscellaneous fees add up to 8,000 gold coins." Even so, Liu Feng would rather repay the debt than join her knightly order, but Sophie had anticipated this. She said she'll eventually get him to join her mercenary group. The kidnapped team members were also found. They were hypnotized by Motu's magic and knew nothing, so we can just take them back. But the follow-up work here needs to be handled by Sophie. The expenses will be charged to Liu Feng's account, and this time Liu Feng won thanks to Sophie. He was very grateful for Sophie's help. From this moment on, the two became good friends. The day after Liu Feng destroyed the Wild Fantasy Mercenary Group, the news spread throughout Neverset Fortress. This attracted the attention of a mysterious strongman. For the safety of Kins and the others, Liu Feng followed the cloaked man alone to the border of the Orsish grassland. Then the mysterious man revealed his identity. He was Wu, the captain of Neverset Fortress's enforcement team. He came to find Liu Feng. He suspects that Liu Feng is behind the mercenary group's actions. Although there's no evidence, he has a way to convict Liu Feng. That is to silence him. This way, whether he's guilty or not, Liu Feng will bear all the blame. These words left Liu Feng very disappointed. He never expected that the captain of the law enforcement team, a supposed upholder of justice, would be so unscrupulous. That's right, I am at the peak of the 9th rank. Are you afraid? Liu Feng was just thinking. If he could defeat him, then he could go back and avenge Wei. At this time, Wu launched the first attack. He slashed at Liu. Unfortunately, it was only an afterimage left behind by Liu Feng's swift wind step. The real Liu Feng had come up behind him, but Wu's reaction was very fast. He blocked his attack, and even knocked Liu Feng back several meters. It's conceivable that he's simply stronger than Liu Feng in terms of sheer power, and the fact that Liu Feng was able to withstand Wu's full-powered strike just now was quite surprising. This was beyond his expectations. This made Wu increasingly interested in Liu Feng. He gripped his sword and attacked Liu Feng again, but each time Liu Feng dodged it with swift wind step. However, this strike was stronger than before. If Liu Feng dodged it with swift wind step again, it would consume a lot of his inner energy, so he needed to conserve it. He decided to block this attack head-on. Luckily, Liu Feng withstood it. At this moment, Wu also understood Liu Feng's strange moves. He knew that he could instantly increase his strength. As for that strange body technique, it should be limited by the number of uses, or it requires a large amount of energy. There's one more thing. Your fighting skills don't seem to be as good as mine. The warm-up is over now. I'm going all out. Wu's entire body was enveloped in armor formed of flames. This is an ability only possessed by 9th rank peak powerhouses. It's called Battle Key Armor. He kindly reminded Liu Feng before attacking. You'd better give it your all, otherwise you'll die. Liu Feng stopped holding back. He fought back with all his might. Meanwhile, on Xiaojin's side, he was getting impatient waiting for Liu Feng. His chicken leg was almost finished. Suddenly Wu Kai walked in from outside. The reason he didn't disappear was because he had escaped a deadly attack by healing his wounds outside last night. He knew his mercenary group had disappeared, so he planned to kill Ken's and the brat to avenge his captain. He quietly approached Xiaojin from behind. He raised his 10-meter-long blade and stabbed at Xiaojin. Unexpectedly, Xiaojin's cries came from inside the room. Wu was inexplicably killed. This scene was witnessed by Sophie, who had come to look for Liu Feng. Xiaojin explained to her, I was eating meat just now. He suddenly appeared and stabbed me with a knife. Sophie thought it was Liu Feng who did it, but it wasn't. It was Xiaojin. Xiaojin just raised his hand to block it a moment ago. He flew out and ended up like this. Sophie looked at Xiaojin and didn't believe him at all. Suddenly, Sophie noticed a wine bottle nearby. She guessed that Wu Kai must have tripped over the bottle and fell. The child mistakenly thought it was his duds. Sophie didn't think much of it, so she asked Xiaojin where Liu Feng had gone. Xiaojin quickly explained. Liu Feng was called away by a mysterious person. That person was wearing a black robe, with a sun and scales on their back. At this moment, Sophie guessed it was the enforcement team captain. She immediately sensed something was wrong. She then chased in the direction Xiaojin had described. She had just left when the enforcement team went to Xiaojin. Luckily, Sophie had arranged for someone to block the enforcement team. She then continued her search for Liu Feng. This was one of the strongest opponents Liu Feng had ever encountered.
两人同为9阶实力，要想分出胜负。
Either their fighting skills had to surpass the others. Either you have more skills than your opponent. Clearly, both of them have their own advantages. At this moment, Liu Feng used the mirror clone. Ox saw this and was very surprised. He mistook it for an illusionary clone, specifically used to confuse the opponent. At this moment, Liu Feng's clone charged towards Ock. Ock, upon seeing this, used his sword to block it, but this struck him as odd. He hadn't expected that the two clones would attack simultaneously. In O's dictionary, clones should be illusions used to distract the enemy, but he never imagined that Liu Feng's clones were substantial, and they also possessed 30% of the main body's attack power. This led O to mistakenly believe that the one before him was Liu Feng's main body. Actually, the one behind was. Liu Feng seized the opportunity and used swift wind step. Instantly appearing behind him, sword slashed at O. Luckily, O reacted quickly, blocking Liu Feng's attack with his other arm. He even knocked him flying several meters away. Only then he realized that the clones Liu Feng created were different from what he knew. It's actually a real clone technique. Unheard of. Both of them are almost completely out of energy now. They decide to settle it with one blow. Liu Feng uses swift wind step to jump into the air. R seizes the opportunity. He unleashes his strongest move, the crushing eye slash. This move has a huge attack range. Liu Feng's swift wind step only increases speed, he can't dodge it. Is there no other way? Suddenly, Liu Feng remembered a move from Huaxia's inner strength that could help him dodge. That's teleportation. The next second, Liu Feng teleported in front of O. He raised his sword and unleashed his most powerful technique yet. Fatal Strike. This move increased his attack power fourfold. With a loud bang, Liu Feng shattered O's battle key armor. Although Liu Feng won this battle, he only barely defeated Ao. So he needs more time to hone his skills before seeking revenge on Lai Ting. Liu Feng then told him, There's no such thing as absolute defense in the world. The best defense is a good offense. Ok laughed heartily. He had an epiphany. Ever since he reached the 9th level and grasped the Dukai armor, he had been relying on it, and hadn't practiced other attack techniques much. So that's how it was. Thank you for your guidance, little brother. Liu Feng was speechless. He thought I only said it casually. You don't have to thank me, you figured it out yourself. At this time O reminded him, hurry back and check on your friend. Liu Feng mistakenly thought that O had harmed his friend. Actually not. Instead, U sent people to save his friend. Otherwise, your friend would probably be a pile of corpses now. Eliminate the root. But you made the most basic mistake. Hearing this, Liu Feng understood. The person O was talking about was Wu Kai, but Liu Feng had already taken precaution. Let alone even you would never have a chance to attack Qins and the others. Do you believe it? Auk didn't believe it, but there was nothing he could do about it. Liu Feng wasn't going to tell him the reason, and what Liu Feng just said wasn't an exaggeration. As long as Aijin is here, almost no one can take Qins and the others away. Although Xiao Jin doesn't know how strong he is yet, just in terms of strength alone, probably no one is his match. After the battle with the law enforcement team captain, Liu Feng finally understood that he wasn't a bad guy. Oh, he was simply very interested in Liu Feng's strength. He deliberately provoked him at the beginning. He just wanted to see Liu Feng's true strength and have a real fight with him. He never expected Liu Feng to be so strong. He was even defeated. But Liu Feng was not satisfied with the status quo. He wanted to become even stronger. This win over O was only because I have more moves than him. It can only be considered a fluke. Oh, he's purposes time besides testing Liu Feng's strength was another one. In a few days, it's the day of the great battle between humans and beasts. If the orcs win, they will invade and plunder the human race on a large scale. And the reason why the orcs do this is because the northern land is barren and does not produce much grain. Their races are also very numerous. Therefore, they have always coveted the fertile lands of humans. But at the same time, they are also wary of the strong among humans. After negotiations every 3 years, the human race and the beast race will have a duel. If the human race, the beast race will retreat. They will not invade the human race again within 3 years. Then they wait for the next duel. Liu Feng had a question after hearing this. Why didn't the humans launch an offensive after winning? Why not strike decisively to severely damage or even annihilate the orcs? These humans had considered this. But the northern grasslands are vast. The land is expansive and sparsely populated, and the orcs are hidden within it. It's difficult for the human army to find them, let alone annihilating them. Hearing this, the human race really seems quite pathetic. But for the human race, ensuring the peace of the border is enough. And in every great duel, both the human race and the beast race attach great importance. They will send their respective elites into battle. Unfortunately, they lost the last duel, and the orcs took the opportunity to invade. The human race suffered heavy losses. So this time humankind cannot afford to lose the duel. The 4 major academies of humankind will send their elites then. But last year the orcs sent 2 9th order experts. This time they are very likely to fight again. And the never-setting fortress, only Liu Feng and U are 9th order experts. Therefore, O hopes that Liu Feng will fight alongside him. This way, the chances of humankind winning will be much greater. Liu Feng immediately agreed without hesitation. To fight for humanity, Liu Feng felt it was his duty. Seeing Liu Feng agree, I was happy as a child. On the other hand, Sophie had arrived at the border of the Orcish grassland. She had just been wondering why she hadn't found Liu Feng yet. She hurried over to ask, "Are you all right?" Liu Feng was surprised to see Su Fei arrive. At this moment, Su Fei noticed that O was not beside him. She mistakenly thought that Liu Feng had also killed him. This was a bit difficult. Su Fei started thinking about their escape route for Liu Feng. This left Liu Feng speechless, so he explained to Su Fei that O was fine. He had gone to investigate the enemy situation in the beast-riding grassland. He just discovered smoke rising from the Orcish grasslands. He's gonna check it out, and I ran into you on my way back to the fortress. Sophie was startled. She still had many questions. Afterwards, they returned to the Neverset Fortress. This is Sophie's large villa. She prepared a sumptuous dinner for Liu Feng. During this time, Liu Feng explained the whole story to Sophie. After understanding, Sophie was very surprised. She didn't expect that Liu Feng could actually win against O, but Sophie couldn't understand. Why did you agree to participate in the beast-arded duel with U so readily? Wasn't a rash? At this moment, Liu Feng didn't understand why Sophie said that. It seems that O is hiding a lot of things from you. Liu Feng readily accepted the duel, but he didn't know how strong the orcs really were. Each orc possesses a berserk skill. Once activated, it can instantly increase their attack power by 50%. Therefore, orcs are much stronger than humans. The berserk skill also has a drawback. As long as he uses this skill, then the orc will fall into a frenzied state of slaughter, until they are completely exhausted. And in previous duels, orcs would use their rage to secure victory. In that case, even if a human wins, it's a Pyrrhic victory. If they lose, they'll be torn to shreds by the orc. Hearing this, Liu Feng felt it was indeed quite dangerous. But since I promised, I can't go back on my word. Besides, Liu Feng is a cheater. How could he possibly lose to the orc? Sophie had a lot on her mind at this moment, because the older generation in her family believes that women are unworthy of being heirs. They want to remove her from the mercenary guild succession, but if Sophie can bring a Ninth Order expert into the headquarters, then she will turn the tables. There's still hope to compete for the head of the mercenary headquarters, and Liu Feng is the person she wants to bring in. That's why she invited Liu Feng to join the knights. Unfortunately, he was rejected. After hearing her words, Liu Feng agreed to join the knights. This made Sophie overjoyed. Suddenly, Sophie felt a sharp pain in her chest. She caught up a mouthful of blood. Liu Feng was dumbfounded. What the heck? I agree to help you. You're so excited you're spitting blood. Not really. It's just an after effect of Sophie using the dissection technique. Strong emotions can trigger internal injuries. It's okay, just bear with it. At this moment, Liu Feng thought of his own Hoaxia inner strength. Maybe I can help Sophie relieve her pain. So Liu Feng took Sophie's hand. He injected his inner energy into her body. A miracle happened. Sophie asked in surprise, "What did you do?" "My internal injuries don't hurt anymore." At this moment, Sophie remembered what the elders said. Internal injuries can be resolved. It's a pity that the ancestral precepts only record how to resolve internal injuries, but not the method. Liu Feng solved this problem. Now her internal injuries are healed. Seeing Liu Feng holding her hand, she shyly withdrew it, indicating that she was fine. She had an urgent matter to tell Liu Feng. Then Sophie took out a letter to show him. Liu Feng was instantly surprised when he saw it. And this is the emblem of the Hajin Commerce Guild, one of the 3 largest guilds on the continent. They have a tightly knit organization, a huge scale, and astonishing wealth. They possess their own transport team. Yet this time it's only a sea-level escort mission, but the reward is so generous. Furthermore, the Hajin Commerce Guild also went through the Mercenary Guild. She also specifically named 3 B-class mercenary groups. A C-class mission yet involved 4 mercenary groups. This is a So Sophie privately inquired with the 3 mercenary groups. They also knew very little about this commission. The Hojin Chamber of Commerce was also evasive. Therefore, this commission definitely has a problem. For Liu Feng's safety, Sophie hoped he wouldn't take the commission, but Liu Feng still decided to take it, because their mercenary group was in dire straits. They still owed a huge debt. However, Liu Feng found some sense in what Sophie said. To prevent any accidents happening to Kin's Beta, he decided to leave them behind and complete the commission himself. Sophie saw his insistence on taking it. "I have a suggestion." The B-class mercenary group truly has extraordinary momentum. This day was the day Liu Feng executed the commission to escort the supplies. For Liu Feng's safety, Sophie went with him, so even if they encountered danger, the 2 of them could easily escape. The other 3 mercenary groups were all B-class. Their numbers are many, namely the Sex Mercenary Group. Their leader is an 8th Order Sky Swordsman, the Skew Mercenary Group. Their leader is a 7th Order Fighter, the Bull Mercenary Group. Their leader is an 8th Order Crystal Knight. His mount is an iron-backed lizard with dragon blood. It is extremely strong impact. According to Sophie's intelligence, the 3 are as close as brothers. At this moment, they have entered the Beast-Erd grassland. The road is temporarily safe. With nothing to do, Liu Feng meditated and cultivated. He attempted to break through and open the Ren Meridian, but unfortunately, he failed. The core of the Chinese inner martial arts he cultivates is to break through. Breaking through the 7 major meridians in his body is considered a minor accomplishment. Although he trains diligently, he has only opened the first 5 meridians so far. The last 2, he's always been trying to break through, but once he breaks through the 7 major meridians, his strength will reach the saint level. If he cultivates the Hoaxia inner martial arts to the final chapter, then no one in this other world will be able to match him. Suddenly the carriage stopped. An older man came and informed Liu Feng that the manager invited Liu Feng to come. There's important business to discuss. Then Liu Feng followed the older man to a tent. The manager not only invited him, but also 3 other regiment commanders. They were Kies Blood Wolf and Violent Hill. Seeing everyone was present, the manager introduced himself. "I am Ho and the person in charge of the Hojin Trading Company for this operation." He summoned the 4 of them. "It's to discuss how we should proceed with the next leg of the journey." Liu Feng was a little puzzled. The route has already been decided. What else needs to be discussed? Could it be that you're hiding something from us? How, Brother Liu, you're so funny. I've already informed everyone about the mission details. There's nothing I'm hiding. Seeing him say this, Liu Feng didn't press him further. Horan then began to talk about his transport route. "This place marked with a cross. Upon reaching here, you must be extra careful. And also our Hujin Chamber of Commerce. Besides employing you all, we also arranged an escort team. But they will return once you reach here. After listening, the three group leaders felt that what he said was all nonsense. I didn't think much of it, but Liu Feng felt something was seriously wrong. They actually mobilized so many people. This is quite a large-scale operation, Bowen said with a serious face. This matter concerns our Chamber of Commerce's secrets. I really can't tell everyone. Hearing this, Liu Feng became even more curious. If he doesn't speak up, he'll withdraw from this escort mission. At this moment, the other three team leaders also realized something was wrong. One excitedly stood up and said, "As long as you can successfully complete this commission, our Chamber of Commerce is willing to pay 3 times the original fee as a bonus, to be divided equally among the 4 of you." As soon as he finished speaking, Liu Feng immediately changed his expression and agreed. As long as the money is in place, everything is negotiable. Does the boss have any other requests? Bagang, standing to one side, was completely dumbfounded. He was utterly speechless. Since none of you have any objections, that settles it. The newly added deposit will be delivered to you shortly. Liu Feng and the three group leaders left the tent. They hadn't gone a few steps when the three group leaders stopped Liu Feng. He had a huge secret to share. It so happened that Liu Feng wanted to get to know them better. The 4 of them came to the grassland not far from the camp. The 3 commanders immediately revealed their true intentions. There was no secret at all. Instead, they felt that the 4 families' share of the money was too little. So they wanted to kick Liu Feng out and split the money among the 3 of them. If he knew what was good for him, he would withdraw. Everyone, let's just make friends, otherwise... Liu Feng felt there was some truth to what they said. The fewer people sharing the money, the better. At this moment, the several group leaders still thought he was going to quit. On the contrary, Liu Feng, with a gloomy face, murmured, "Why don't we discuss this? How about the 3 of your groups withdrawing?" The 3 group leaders were stunned. "This Liu, don't push your luck. You're asking for trouble? And then let's settle this with strength. I wonder if the 3 squadron leaders are going to do this together, or who's going first?" At this moment, the 3 squadron leaders were successfully provoked by Liu Feng. The 3 squadron leaders, in order to get a bigger share of the money, decided to kick Liu Feng out, but Liu Feng refused to cooperate. The 3 of them had no choice but to resort to force. Bloodwolf launched the first attack, slashing at Liu Feng with his sword. He dodged it with a quick movement, but that wasn't the end of it. Bloodwolf used his sword to fling dirt from the ground at Liu Feng. Liu Feng had no choice but to defend himself with his hands. Prisoners took advantage of this to launch a surprise attack, but he was too slow. Liu Feng turned around and parried the blow with his sword. At that moment, prisoners punched him back several meters. Baogang seized the opportunity and charged forward on the Tyrannosaurus Rex. He lunged at Liu Feng with the long sword in his hand. At the critical moment, Liu Feng leaped. He jumped behind them. The previous attack from the 3 was just a warm-up. Next, they were going to give it their all. Suddenly, a crowd of spectators appeared in the distance. Among them was Sophie. She desperately cheered for Liu Feng. Seeing this, Liu Feng wanted to shake hands and make peace. He didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but Bloodwolf disagreed. "We must get to the bottom of this today." So he issued a harsh warning, giving you 10 seconds. If you're still here causing trouble, then don't blame me for docking your salary for a year. Everyone scattered and ran. Only Sophie was left. Bloodwolf thought she was here to help Liu Feng against them. Unfortunately, she was just here to watch. Besides, Liu Feng was more than capable of handling them alone. The 3 immediately charged at Liu Feng, launching a fierce attack. They unleashed their combination skill, a Splast Wolf. Liu Feng initially felt a little wary of their combination technique, but I never expected. Their so-called combination technique was just a rotating attack. In other words, a tag team battle. They're trying to exhaust Liu Feng to death. Liu Feng had no choice but to use his mirror clone. Now it's 2 against 3. The 3 of them were quite surprised by his skill. They mistakenly thought he was still a magician. At this moment, they finally realized how powerful Liu Feng was. The 3 of them pounced on him together. They simultaneously launched an attack on Liu Feng. Liu Feng took the opportunity to wipe them out. He unleashed a double attack. With one sword he defeated them. Bloodwolf gasped and muttered, "Could you be a saint rank warrior?" No, I'm only a 9th rank cultivator." The 3 were greatly surprised. They hadn't expected Liu Feng to be a 9th rank expert. No wonder they couldn't defeat him. At this time, Hoenn came over. Seeing the 3 group leaders attacking Liu Feng, he came to help. Bloodwolf quickly explained to Liu Feng, "We were just sparring." Liu Feng understood Shu Lang's meaning and said to Hoenn, "We were indeed cutting." Then the 4 of them left and returned to the camp. Now the victory is decided. Who should withdraw? The 3 of them immediately bowed and apologized to Liu Feng. "Please be magnanimous and let us off." Then they offered Liu Feng 10% of their reward. Liu Feng decisively refused. He didn't want the money. The 3 of them were instantly stunned. The next second, they happily agreed to Liu Feng. Only a fool wouldn't agree. At this moment, Liu Feng was dumbfounded. from afar Hoenn watched them leave. He then asked the woman behind him, "What do you think of that Liu Feng? He's very strong. Even the combined strength of the 3 blood wolves isn't enough to make him use his full power. If I were to face him, I wouldn't have 100% chance of winning. Night falls, the grassland is eerily quiet." Liu Feng pulls back the curtain to see many red wolves standing in the distance. He senses something is wrong, so he rides out to check it out. They found that more and more red wolves were following them. Red wolves appeared from all directions. They were surrounded. They had no choice but to set up a tent on the spot to prevent the red wolves from attacking. But they didn't expect that it was a full moon tonight. This was a great advantage for the ferocious blood wolves. They have a racial skill called Howling Moon Frenzy. On a full moon night, their attack power will be greatly increased. During this time they felt no fatigue. Non-stop. Although the brutal red wolves are only 3rd order, their sheer numbers are overwhelming. They could wear Liu Feng and his team down through attrition. The situation is truly rather dire now. At this time the wolf pack finally launched its attack. From all directions, large groups of red wolves charged towards the camp. The 3 squadron leaders and Liu Feng each guarded a direction. Suddenly a red wolf charged into the camp. Liu Feng leaped and slashed at the red wolf with his sword, but he never expected that the red wolf would actually bite down on Liu Feng's sword with its mouth. Then with a powerful flick, it flung Liu Feng into the pack of wolves. A pack of red wolves pounced on Liu Feng. At the critical moment, Liu Feng used his mirror clone. He stepped on the clone and jumped back. The red wolf was completely dumbfounded. Then Liu Feng cut off its head with one sword. At this time another large group of red wolves rushed over, but for some reason, the red wolves retreated. Liu Feng took advantage of this time. The magician made 2 large pits around the camp. Then he used fire magic on the pits. This way the red wolves wouldn't easily charge in, so Liu Feng and Sophie stayed behind to guard this area. Soon the wolf pack attacked again. Liu Feng stood at the only entrance to the camp, blocking the red wolves. Fortunately, these wolves were only 3rd order. Liu Feng plans to delve into the mass attack techniques of Hoaxia's internal martial arts after this. He intends to develop them so he can easily handle similar situations next time. Meanwhile, other directions had successfully repelled the red wolf's attacks, but they suffered heavy casualties. If this continues, they will inevitably become the food of the brutal red wolf. The 4 squadron leaders, seizing the moment when the red wolf temporarily retreated, they arrived at Hoenn's tent. They wanted to force him to reveal what exactly was being transported, but the old man still refused to tell them. Liu Feng and the others decided to withdraw. By now he knew why the red wolf had attacked them. It was all because of what they were transporting. Seeing them withdraw, Hoenn prepared to kill them. Unfortunately, he underestimated Liu Feng's strength. Liu Feng sensed someone's presence and used his swift wind step. With one punch, he knocked the hidden assassin to the ground. The 3 commanders were completely dumbfounded. This woman's strength was extraordinary. She was an 8th rank assassin. Her stealth skills were extremely advanced. She had been lurking inside the tent the whole time. Those of the same rank wouldn't have been able to detect her. Luckily, Liu Feng is stronger than that woman. At this moment, Liu Feng thought Hoenn would finally talk. Unfortunately, he still remained silent, so Liu Feng prepared to leave with his mercenary group. Just as he was leaving the tent, the female assassin had another evil idea. She charged at Liu Feng with her weapon. The moment she struck Liu Feng had already noticed and grabbed her arm. He flung her to Hoenn's side. "I'm letting you off this time, but next time might be different." Seeing things had come to this, Hoenn decided to tell the 4 team leaders what they were transporting. What exactly were Liu Feng and the others transporting? As the cover was lifted, everyone was stunned. It was a little white dog, but don't let its appearance fool you. Although it looks like a pet dog, its identity is extraordinary. It's the cub of the Moon Wolf King, the king of the Wolf clan. Because of it, the 6 wolves are so frenzied. Upon learning this, several people resolutely decided to withdraw. Only Sespi would continue with the mission. Suddenly a wolf howled, sounding like a blood silver wolf. And these blood silver wolves are the Moon Wolf King's personal guard. Each one is a 7th order beast. Since blood silver wolves have appeared, that means the Moon Wolf King is here too? They hurriedly ran outside to check. The Moon Wolf King with his personal guard ran towards them. Then the Moon Wolf King walked alone towards Liu Feng and the others. Seeing this, Blood Wolf was about to get his weapon and kill it. But upon hearing Sophie's words, he immediately backed down, because the Moon Wolf King is a 9th order powerhouse. Even if Blood Wolf and the 2 others attacked together, they would be courting death. The only one who could fight it is Liu Feng. Suddenly the Moon Wolf King spoke. "Human, hand over the little Moon Wolf, and I will let you leave. Otherwise you will die." Everyone was shocked. No one expected the Moon Wolf King to speak, and with such a mature woman's voice. "Humans, who among you is the leader? I wish to speak with him." Everyone immediately distanced themselves from Liu Feng, all pointing at him. Although Liu Feng is also a 9th rank expert, he wouldn't stand much of a chance against the Moon Wolf King. Besides face-to-face, Sophie, worried about Liu Feng, stepped forward to speak to the Moon Wolf King. Whatever you want to talk about, just talk. We can hear you. Seeing their hesitation, the Moon Wolf King transformed directly into human form. But this Moon Wolf King is truly beautiful. Upon seeing this, several people vied to negotiate with the Moon Wolf King. Liu Feng was instantly speechless. However, in the end, it was Liu Feng who went to negotiate. If the Moon Wolf King turned against them, Xu Lang and the others wouldn't be able to escape. But Sophie also wanted to go with Liu Feng. She was afraid that Liu Feng would be charmed by the Moon Wolf King and never return. So the two of them came before the Moon Wolf King. Liu Feng stated that he was the representative of the caravan. He wondered what the Moon Wolf King wanted to discuss. Interesting. They sent a weakling to negotiate. What a bunch of jerks. My demands are simple. Hand over little Moon Wolf and the thief. Otherwise you'll face the consequences. At that moment, Liu Feng was inadvertently captivated by the Moon Wolf King's beauty. Luckily Sophie was there. Otherwise he would have been under the Moon Wolf King's paws. What little Moon Wolf? I don't know anything about it. We're only transporting ordinary goods. A human, don't try to deceive me. The Wolf Tribe has specialized search techniques. We can be certain that the young Moon Wolf is in that carriage. Release the young Moon Wolf and hand over the thief, and I will let you go. Let bygones be by. If you don't let us go, this will be your burial place. She is the Moon Wolf King, the ruler of Green Meadow. But she's actually a big masochistic wolf. Even in human form, she's a masochistic pervert. Now the Moon Wolf King is surrounding Liu Feng and the others to get back the little wolf and the thief. Although Liu Feng agreed, he also has a request. Liu Feng wants the Moon Wolf King to let them go first. We'll wait until we reach the border of the Great Prairie. Then we'll release the little Moon Wolf. But the Moon Wolf King won't agree to this. Unable to reach an agreement, the Moon Wolf King turned and left, ordering his subordinates to continue attacking the caravan. Seeing the negotiations had failed, Liu Feng decided to go for the leader. He dashed forward with a swift move, attempting a sneak attack. However, the Moon Wolf King's perception was extremely sharp. The moment Liu Feng struck her, the Moon Wolf King's neck guard blocked his attack. And the Moon Wolf King's neck guard is no ordinary thing. It's transformed from her wolf tail, naturally amazing. Suddenly, Sophie flashed behind the Moon Wolf King, attempting a sneak attack. Unfortunately, she overestimated herself. Liu Feng didn't even succeed in a sneak attack, let alone a... The Moon Wolf King kicked her into the ranks of her personal guards. Silver Wolf pounced on Sophie. Liu Feng, seeing this, was reminded of Veil. He unleashed astonishing strength. The Moon Wolf King was quite surprised. Just as Sophie's life hung in the balance, several flashes of sword light sliced through the air. Liu Feng instantly killed a Silver Wolf, saving Sophie. The Moon Wolf King was furious to see his subordinate killed. Humans, I will tear you to shreds with my own hands. The Moon Wolf King howled to the heavens. She unleashed the Wolf Clan skill, Howling Moon Frenzy. Just a moment ago she was beautiful and charming, but now she's terrifying. Her power has also become much stronger. She's almost reached the Saint rank. Looks like this will be a tough fight. The Moon Wolf King then drew her weapon, preparing to attack. Liu Feng pushed Su Fei back to the camp. If she were here, Liu Feng wouldn't be able to unleash his true strength. After Su Fei left, the two engaged in fierce combat. At this moment, their weapons clashed repeatedly. Suddenly, the Moon Wolf King's hair grew longer, entangling Liu Feng's weapon. Liu Feng was greatly shocked upon seeing this. I can't believe how strong this hair is. My fur is strong as steel. Let's see what you can do now. The Moon Wolf King lunged at him with his weapon. At the critical moment, Liu Feng used his mirror image clone, successfully blocking her attack. Then Liu Feng's real body pulled hard, breaking free from her grasp. Immediately, the clone and the main body attacked the Moon Wolf King with a sword simultaneously. But the Moon Wolf King still blocked it. She immediately distanced herself and asked, "What kind of technique is that?" "Mirror clone." The Moon Wolf King didn't believe it at all. "Do you think I'm a fool? How can a clone possibly have attack power?" Liu Feng was speechless. "Believe it or not." "Heh, human. I rather admire you. What is your name?" "Liu Feng." "Good, I'll remember you." "I'm curious. Your teacher, who is that master?" Liu Feng immediately guessed that the Moon Wolf King wanted to probe his capabilities, so Liu Feng decided to play along. "My master considered me the most inept among his many disciples. He forbade me from mentioning his name outside. If you kill me today, my more than a dozen senior brothers will come for you. And if you kill them too, my master will naturally come for you." These words made the Moon Wolf King somewhat wary. She couldn't tell if Liu Feng was telling the truth. She didn't dare to really kill him, but the Moon Wolf King planned to teach him a harsh lesson. The Moon Wolf King was seen to once again enhance her own strength. Her entire body was covered in fur. Her strength even reached the saint level. Sophie was very worried after seeing this. They drew their weapons and charged at Huan. The female assassin tried to protect her master, but she was stopped by Xilang and Bogging. Sophie held a knife to Huan's throat. If Liu Feng is in danger, I will hand you and Cao Yulang over immediately. At this moment, the Moon Wolf King had pushed his power to the limit. Similar, you've witnessed the true power of the Saint rank. Just how strong is the Wolf Clan's ultimate move, originally a 9th rank strength? After using the Wolf Clan skill Howling Moon Frenzy, she instantly broke through to the Saint rank. Before, Liu Feng could still fight her evenly. Now he can only be suppressed by her. He can barely block the Moon Wolf King's attacks. But this isn't sustainable. He decided to gamble Swiftwind Step. Liu Feng instantly disappeared from the Moon Wolf King's sight. The next second, Liu Feng appeared above the Moon Wolf King. He unleashed a fourfold attack, the same one that defeated the enforcement team captain. He swung his sword, but he didn't even manage to cut a single hair off it. Instead, he was blown away by the energy released by the Moon Wolf King. The Moon Wolf King seized the opportunity and pounced. He left deep scratches on Liu Feng. Liu Feng, seriously injured, fell to the ground. The Moon Wolf King slowly walked towards the camp, preparing to kill the remaining humans. Suddenly, Liu Feng stood up, shouting furiously, "No one shall harm my friends. Want to kill them? You'll have to kill me first." Liu Feng picked up his sword and charged at the Moon Wolf King. He unleashed a more powerful attack than ever before. Eightfold attack? The Moon Wolf King immediately activated its defense, the Moonlight Shield. It seemed to have blocked it. The next second, Liu Feng shattered the Moon Wolf King's defensive barrier. With this strike, the Moon Wolf King was undoubtedly finished. At the critical moment, an old man appeared. He actually caught Liu Feng's eightfold attack with one hand. Only then did the Moon Wolf King save his life. He only suffered a minor cut on his forehead. But this old man is no ordinary person. He is the Moon Wolf King's uncle. And he is a true saint-level expert. Not comparable to the Moon Wolf King, whose saint-level power is temporary and reliant on external forces. Then the old man muttered, "What a strange and powerful force. I wonder whose disciple he is." But young people lack willpower. Sure enough, they are easily manipulated by power. The old man pointed 2 fingers at Liu Feng's forehead and shouted, "Wake up!" Liu Feng instantly regained consciousness. The reason for his state was his inability to control that power. At that moment, the Moon Wolf King beside them said angrily, "You dare to scratch my face? I'll kill you." Luckily, Uncle Bei stopped him. "Leave everything to me, Uncle Z." The Moon Wolf King could only pout and sit obediently to the side. Then Liu Feng agreed to hand over the little Moon Wolf, but the wolf pack must retreat first. "I'll return the little Moon Wolf to you in half an hour," Uncle buried. He whistled. The wolves retreated one after another. Half an hour later, Liu Feng returned the little Moon Wolf to the wolf pack. The Moon Wolf King was as happy as a child. "Just take this. Traveling on this grassland will be easier in the future." Liu Feng received the token without understanding its meaning, but he still expressed his gratitude to his senior. Before leaving, Uncle Bai told Liu Feng, "If you have the chance, you must come visit my wolf tribe." The Moon Wolf King, however, issued a harsh warning. "If you dare come, I'll kill you." Afterwards, the caravan packed up and continued their journey. Everyone thought the matter was over, when suddenly the teleportation formation activated. Uncle Bai's back. He forgot he had one more score to settle. He gathered his energy at his fingertips, and with a whoosh, it grazed past Liu Feng's head. Uncle Bai intended to strike Hua and the thief, but the female assassin took the fatal blow for him. Liu Feng was shocked by Uncle Bai's attack. So this is the power of a saint. It's so fast I can't even see the attack trajectory. Then the old man muttered, "This is a warning from the wolf tribe. Take this to your guild master." After saying that, he walked in the teleportation array. Thus the caravan continued its journey to its destination. After this battle, Liu Feng realized that there was still a gap between his current strength and that of a saint. Suddenly a small bird flew to the window. It landed on Sophie's hand. It chirped and chattered to Sophie, telling her a lot. Sophie was greatly surprised by what she heard. Something unexpected had happened to her family. Sophie had to rush over there immediately. Before leaving, Sophie gave Feng a big farewell kiss. He left the caravan after finishing the task. Liu Feng continued to escort the supplies. Meanwhile, Liu Feng constantly cultivated and sparred with Blood Wolf and the others every day. This greatly improved his combat experience. He also felt that he was about to break through to the saint level. While Liu Feng was sparring with his clone, the clone unexpectedly transformed into a thunderbolt and even mocked Liu Feng, calling him a good-for-nothing. Not only can you not protect Hack, but you can't protect Vale either. Liu Feng, enraged after hearing this, slashed the clone with his sword and said, "I will kill you with my own hands, to avenge Vale." After a long journey, Captain Sheng finally reached his destination. Just as they were leaving, a drunken old man subconsciously looked at them. He found a dark-haired person among them. He suddenly widened his eyes and took a closer look. At this moment, Liu Feng felt something. He looked back. he discovered that the old man was actually an 8th order expert. The two exchanged a glance and murmured, "Kid, want a drink?" Liu Feng refused without hesitation. The old man quickly said, "This drink is from Sophie." Liu Feng stopped abruptly, changing his mind. He ran to the old man and said, "As long as you tell me about Sophie's situation, I'll drink however much you want me to." After several bottles of beer, Liu Feng hurriedly inquired about Sophie's situation. The old man, drunk, said, "Young people are so impatient. You've only had a few drinks, but considering you're Sophie's sweetheart, I'll let you off." Liu Feng's face flushed red, somewhat at a loss. "What? You flirted with Sophie and don't want to take responsibility?" Liu Feng awkwardly explained, "I didn't flirt." Humph, the elder didn't believe him at all, because just a few days ago at the family meeting, Sophie ruthlessly harmed her cousin and took over all the branches under his control. She also publicly announced that she had someone she liked, with black hair. At such a young age, she's already a 9th rank expert. Upon hearing this, Liu Feng started to worry about Sophie. Won't her family punish her for doing this? The elders were indeed preparing to punish her, but Sophie played a trump card. This changed the situation. Liu Feng was instantly surprised. What trump? Sophie said she had found a way to heal her internal injuries. The tribal chief examined Sophie's body and confirmed her claim was true. Speaking of which, Liu Feng remembered treating Sophie's internal injuries. He never expected that his accidental actions. He even helped Sophie a great deal. At this moment, the old man suspected that the solution Sophie mentioned came from him. Liu Feng pondered for a moment. Although it could only alleviate Sophie's internal injuries, but if this could help Sophie, Liu Feng admitted that he had a way to resolve her internal injuries. The old man burst into laughter, taking a large gulp of beer. Could it be? Fear, that girl is truly amazing, and now we have a future saint rank helping us. Excellent. Looks like this old man needs to prepare as well. Liu Feng was completely dumbfounded, not understanding what that meant. Of course, it's to drink more while we can. Liu Feng was truly speechless. Seeing the old man about to leave, he quickly asked, "Where is Sophie now?" The old man replied drunkenly, "Star Blue City, the capital of the Star Blue Empire. She's a family leader now. She must stay in Star Blue City." "Young man, don't let her down." He finished, then stumbled away. That night, the mercenary Jay Hall, the Blood Wolf trio, invited Liu Feng here. They have a big business deal. They want to invite Liu Feng to join them. Liu Feng was interested. What kind of big deal? What big business deal is it? That would make the three commanders so eager to please Liu Feng. It turns out the Blood Wolf trio are planning to merge their mercenary groups, and hope Liu Feng will join them. After the merger, we hope to upgrade from B class to a class mercenary group, but to become a class, reputation and strength alone aren't enough. It depends on whether you have connections within the mercenary guild. The 4 current class mercenary groups all have backing. Liu Feng never expected that in this world, he'd also have to rely on connections and networking. The 3 of them sought out Liu Feng, thinking that even without backing, no one would dare to touch them. Currently, there are 3 major factions within the mercenary guild. The third is a woman who just ascended a few days ago. From what I understand, she's the weakest of the 3 factions, because she doesn't have her own mercenary group, but the other 2 do. At this moment, Liu Feng already knew that woman was Sophie. He then gave his assurance to the 3 group leaders. "Join Sophie and you'll reap great rewards." The 3 immediately agreed. The next day, Liu Feng rode quickly back to Neverset Fortress. He still had some things to take care of. He soon arrived at Neverset Fortress, but he was stopped by the guards at the gate. Turned out that the time for the duel with the Beast clan was approaching. To prevent spies from infiltrating the city lord ordered a strict check of all incoming and outgoing personnel. But just before that, a cloaked figure arrived at the Mubilo Fortress. He addressed the city saying, "Human world, I'm back." It was all those Jur's fault. At that moment he recalled the past. It was that woman who turned him into this. So the cloaked man is actually Lei Ting, the one Liu Feng wants revenge on. His eyes are full of hatred. "This time I'll make you pay." Back to the present. When the bald man learned that Liu Feng came from the Beast tribe grassland, he immediately concluded that he was a spy Jay. Liu Feng was completely bewildered. "How did I become a Sijay?" The bald man waved his hand and smirked wickedly. "Is his detail? It depends on how clever you are." At this moment, Liu Feng immediately understood the meaning. "You want money, right? I don't have any." This angered the bald man, causing him to curse. He directly ordered his men to arrest Liu Feng. However, Liu Feng knocked him down with 3 or 2 punches. At this time, the enforcement team captain, who walked over, the bald man seemed to have seen a lifeline. He pointed at Liu Feng and said, "Captain, well, this is a Beast clan spy." I was going to arrest him, but he resisted violently. At this moment, the bald man thought Liu Feng was doomed. But the next second, the bald man regretted it immensely. Who didn't expect it to be brother Liu Feng? He laughed happily. Then he fiercely scolded the bald man. "Useless trash. You can't even tell who G is, you're fired." Then he grabbed Liu Feng and asked, How did you get back so quickly? This is because Liu Feng promised O to participate in the Beast Clan duel, so he specially came to keep his promise. I heard that Liu Xiaondi encountered the Moon Wolf King while on a mission. What was the outcome? Liu Feng replied calmly, we didn't win. It was a draw. O was shocked. Just how amazing is this kid? He's a dragon. He possessed saint-level strength from birth. He could take down an 8th rank expert with a single punch. He was overjoyed to see Liu Feng return. He threw himself into Liu Feng's arms. He punched Liu Feng in the chest with his little fists. Liu Feng was seen coughing up blood continuously. This is enough to prove Xiao Jin's strength. Liu Feng quickly grabbed him in his hand. If this continued, his life would be in danger. Then the two began to eat. After Liu Feng was finally full, but Xiao Jin was only 80% full. At this time, Liu Feng glanced at his watch. He found that the time was almost up. When they returned earlier, Ah told Liu Feng that the city lord had set a banquet inviting him to attend. They would also discuss the Beast Tribe duel. Xiao Jin, upon hearing this, jumped onto Liu Feng's head. He insisted on going with him, but he only invited one person. Xiao Jin didn't care about that. Suddenly, Xiao Jin thought of a way. He can't take another person, but he didn't say he couldn't take a pet. Then Xiao Jin transformed into a dragon bracelet and put it on Liu Feng's wrist. Meanwhile, at the city lord's mansion, sitting in the middle is the city lord, Grand Duke Otto, and Wu is his second brother. The two are discussing Liu Feng's matter. The city lord is very surprised to learn that Liu Feng is even stronger than his second brother. Then that means... Suddenly, the city lord forgot his second brother's rank. It's quite embarrassing. Big brother, when will your memory improve? I am a 9th rank expert now. Liu Feng is slightly stronger than me. He's about to reach the saint rank. At this time, a soldier reported that Liu Feng had arrived, so O went to greet Liu Feng personally. He brought him to the banquet. There was a countless number of delicacies here. Today's banquet was specially held by the city lord for Liu Feng. Second brother, this is the one you mentioned? Suddenly the city lord forgot what to say. He's practically suffering from senile dementia. O quickly eased the awkwardness. My elder brother has a poor memory. Brother Liu, please forgive him. Big brother, this is Liu Feng. The city lord remembered after hearing that. Suddenly Xiao Jin darted off Liu Feng's wrist. It bit into the grilled meat on the dinner table. The city lord and the other person were stunned. Liu Feng quickly grabbed Xiao Jin and explained, this is my pet, a gluttonous snake. Everyone was speechless with amazement. But why have we never heard of such a magical beast? Liu Feng said awkwardly, it's just a name I came up with. It's normal that you don't know? Then Liu Feng wanted to stop Xiao Jin from eating anymore. The city lord said it was fine. Let it eat if it wants to. There's plenty of food here. The three of them sat at the dinner table and discussed business. Mr. Li, I invited you here today to discuss the matter of the Beast Clan's grand duel. Elite students from the 4 great academies will be participating. I hope Liu Xiaondi can be their instructor. Liu Feng was greatly surprised. He felt he wasn't up to it. Or said that the students from the 4 academies were all elites. Liu Xiaondi only needs to give them some guidance. But except for that crazy girl from the Nicola family, the city lord gets a headache just thinking about her. What if she makes a mistake here? That would be a big problem. And that crazy girl is a noble woman. She has a rather bad temper. Brother Liu, just avoid interacting with her. Liu Feng, seeing the two of them so scared, figured it was indeed a troublesome matter. I'd better stay away from her. By this time, Jin had eaten his fill. But thinking of all the delicious food still to come, he couldn't bear it, so he used a little bit of his power, instantly digesting the food he'd just eaten. This caused O to notice Xiao Jin's unusual nature. Brother Liu, what kind of magical beast is this? At this moment, Liu Feng really didn't expect that he could sense such a subtle energy fluctuation and quickly explained, Xiao Jin was picked up from the wild. I don't know what kind of magical beast it is. This made O even more curious about Xiao Jin. Brother Liu, could you lend it to me for some research? Xiao Jin became very agitated upon hearing this. It bared its teeth at O. Seeing this, Liu Feng was afraid Xiao Jin's identity would be exposed. He grabbed Jin. Regarding the instructor, I'll consider it. I have something else to do. I'll go first. The city lord was completely dumbfounded. The two were about to say something more. Liu Feng instantly disappeared. Then O told the city lord, I suspect that monster is a saint-rank magical beast. The city lord was astonished upon hearing this. On the other side, Liu Feng ran out of the city lord's mansion. He arrived in a hudong. Suddenly he saw a group of people ahead. Looking closer, these people were bullying a little girl. They not only beat and kicked her, but also called her a red-eyed black-haired witch. This little girl was being beaten in the street. The onlookers not only didn't help, but also encouraged the men to beat the little girl. Just as the bald man swung the bottle at the little girl, a hand suddenly caught the bottle. The bald man looked back sharply, finding it was the man from this morning. This terrified him, and he collapsed onto the ground. Liu Feng quickly went to the little girl's side to check on her. The onlookers looked on in terror. That man actually cares about that witch? Good heavens, he must be crazy. Now Liu Feng is being cursed by everyone like a witch. When the little girl looked up, Liu Feng was shocked. Her icy gaze felt strangely familiar. Liu Feng remembered his childhood. His parents had passed away early. He was often called a jinx who had cursed his parents to death. He and the little girl were in very similar situations back then. This made Liu Feng feel even more sympathy for the little girl. He asked with a smile, "Doesn't it hurt? Shall I take you to the pharmacist?" The girl didn't speak, so he quickly explained, "I'm not a bad person, don't be afraid." Suddenly, Liu Feng felt something was wrong with what he said. It seemed like bad guys always said that. At this time, the little girl spoke, "Don't you dislike me?" Liu Feng touched her head, indicating, "Why would I dislike you? You're so cute." Just as the two were getting to know each other, the bald man charged over angrily. He pulled out his small knife and stabbed at Liu Feng. Liu Feng instantly used his mirror image clone to stop the bald man. Then he held the little girl in his arms. His clone directly dealt with the bald man. Blood spurted out. At this moment, the little girl pushed Liu Feng away. A drop of blood flowed into the corner of her mouth. The little girl actually stuck out her tongue and licked it. She wondered, is this the taste of someone else's blood? At this moment, Liu Feng was dumbfounded. The last scene was quite unsettling. But this didn't scare Liu Feng off the little girl. He smiled and said, "Come with me. I'll take you home." The little girl coldly replied, "I don't have a home." After saying that, she turned and left, but after a few steps, she fell to the ground and fainted. Liu Feng quickly picked up the little girl and rushed her to the hospital. On the way, he brushed shoulders with a man in a cloak. "This is Lady." He recognized Liu Feng at a glance. He didn't expect him to not have S2. Liu Feng ran for a long time, but he didn't see a single clinic. This won't. Suddenly, Liu Feng remembered using his inner strength to treat Su Fei's internal injuries before. Perhaps it would also work on this little girl. Liu Feng transmitted his inner strength into the little girl's body. Don't mention it. It really worked. The little girl woke up in a short while. This made Liu Feng so happy he couldn't stop smiling. He immediately wanted to kiss her. Unfortunately, he was mercilessly rejected by the little girl. Immediately afterwards, she broke free from Liu Feng's embrace and prepared to leave. Seeing this, Liu Feng worried about her injuries. He wanted to stop her from leaving, but I accidentally tore her clothes. So Liu Feng took the little girl to a clothing store, intending to compensate her with a dress. As soon as the little girl entered the store, she set her eyes on that red dress. Liu Feng took a look and felt the color was too creepy, so he chose a blue dress. But the girl still wanted that one. Liu Feng chose several more. The little girl didn't like any of them. She only wanted the red dress. Liu Feng had no choice but to compromise. The girl then grabbed the dress. She went to the fitting room to change. Liu Feng waited by the door. Suddenly he felt a gust of synergy. He dashed out of the clothing store to check, but there's nothing. Did I sense it wrong? There was clearly a demonic aura just now. Just as Liu Feng was pondering, a little girl's shout came from the clothing store. Could it be a diversionary tactic? Liu Feng immediately ran back to the clothing store. This little girl, simply because she has red eyes and black hair, was called an ominous person cursed by demons. It will bring disaster to people, so everyone in town wants to kill her. Even the little girl's parents want to kill her. But only Liu Feng cares about the little girl. He not only helped her drive away the bullies, but also took her to a clothing store to buy clothes. And when she was in danger, he would rush over to check on her immediately. It turned out that the little girl had accidentally slipped. Liu Feng thought she was in danger. When Liu Feng learned about the little girl's situation, he still didn't dislike her. But the little girl thought Liu Feng was deceiving her. No one would accept someone cursed by a demon. Even my family doesn't accept me, they fear me. I don't believe you would accept me. After hearing this, Liu Feng grabbed the little girl's hand. Looking at her with gentle eyes, he said, "I accept you. I won't fear you because of your eyes. From now on, I'll be your family." At this moment, the little girl's heart was successfully warmed by Liu Feng. "By the way, I don't know your name yet." The little girl glanced at her clothes. She decided to name herself Hongi. On the other hand, at the city lord's mansion, Lei Ting applied to participate in the Beast Clan Grand Tournament. Oh immediately agreed after learning he was a 9th rank expert. This way, we'll have 2 9th rank powerhouses as reinforcements when we return to the Bulua Fortress, and our human race's other 9th rank expert is named Liu Feng. I'll arrange a luncheon tomorrow. I'll take this opportunity to introduce him to you. Upon hearing that the person was Liu Feng, Lei Ting's eyes instantly turned extremely vicious. He hadn't expected that Liu Feng had actually reached the 9th rank. This explains why Liu Feng could sense his synergy earlier. Then he refused O's invitation, saying he needed to focus on his cultivation during this period. He said he would appear on the day of the duel. At this time, the city lord wanted to have him stay at the city lord's mansion, offering him the best cultivation place, but he was rejected by Lei Ting, who turned and left. This made the city lord suspicious. "I feel something's wrong with this Lei Ting. I suspect he's a beastman spy. But after O's investigation, Lei Ting is confirmed to be human. If so, I hope I'm overthinking it. On the other hand, Lei Ting walked out of the city lord's mansion. A black cat ran to his side. It even spoke, asking him, "Is it done?" Lei Ting replied with a gloomy face, "Please inform Lord Ji. I have gained the trust of the human race, and the plan is proceeding smoothly." So it turns out that Li Ting is actually a beastkin spy. Upon learning this, the cat jumped onto the wall and left. As for Li, he returned to the burning mercenary corpse with Hongyi. As soon as they entered the house, they found it in a mess. Hongyi looked around and expressed, "It's no different from the garbage dump where I live." Liu Feng felt incredibly embarrassed and ashamed at that moment. He immediately used his swift wind step to clean up. In the blink of an eye, it was completely transformed. The girl in red's eyes lit up. She wanted to learn the swift wind step from Liu Feng. She also wanted to become as strong as Liu Feng, but others say I'm cursed by a demon. It's impossible to cultivate demonic energy and fighting spirit. Liu Feng stroked her head and said, "Don't listen to their nonsense. I'll teach you. As long as you listen to me, you'll definitely learn." Then Liu Feng wanted to find Kins to arrange a room for Hongyi, but Kins was dead drunk. So Liu Feng shouted loudly, "Kins, wake up!" Kins vaguely heard Liu Feng's voice. He was so happy to see Liu Feng return, he even lifted the table up in excitement. But the next second, the things on the table came crashing down on his head. Liu Feng looked on speechlessly. All that cleaning was for nothing. "Oh, by the way, Kin's brother, this is Hongyi. She'll be living here from now on." Kin slowly turned to look at Hongyi. It scared him half to death. The cute little girl instantly transformed into a demon in his eyes. He immediately recognized the girl in red as the famous witch in town. Knowing how terrifying she is, "Brother Liu, you can't take her in. She's a witch, she'll bring disaster." It came true as soon as he finished speaking. A corner of the cabinet supporting it broke and directly smashed onto Kin's. He was knocked unconscious, so Liu Feng told Hongyi. Big brother Kin's was so happy he fainted. "Let's greet him tomorrow." This little girl was regarded as a witch from birth, because she had a pair of blood-red eyes. Those people often said this was a gift from the devil, that it would bring calamity to people. They also said that she would never be able to cultivate magic or fighting spirit in her life. But Liu Feng didn't think so. He planned to teach the little girl his Huaxia internal martial arts. Early the next morning, Liu Feng first taught Hongyi Tai Chi Chuan. To learn swift wind step, she needed to start with the basics. Hongyi started practicing Tai Chi Chuan, following Liu Feng's movements. After an hour of repeated practice, Hongyi actually learned it, and even attracted the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. You should know that Liu Feng spent a whole week learning Tai Chi, but Hongyi learned it in just 1 hour. She's simply a martial arts prodigy. Although Hongyi learned it, she felt that these slow movements couldn't kill anyone. Liu Feng smiled and said, "Who says slow movements aren't powerful? Besides, learning martial arts isn't about killing people. It's about protecting oneself. Protecting oneself and the most important people to oneself." At this time, Kins rushed over. He was quite surprised to see the little witch still there. He circled around and came to Liu Feng asking, "Why is she still here?" Liu Feng replied, letting Kins decide whether the girl in red should stay or leave. He made the two of them fight. As long as Kins wins, the man in red leaves. If he loses, he stays. But he can only use 50% of his strength. Before the fight, Liu Feng instructed the man in red, "Use the moves I just taught you to fight him. You'll know later." That slow moves can be very powerful. This filled Red clothed with confidence. She struck a pose ready for battle. Kins clenched his fists and charged. Just as he was about to hit her, Red clothed placed her hand on his arm and gently pushed. This altered the direction of his attack. Immediately afterward, she placed both hands on his back and pushed. Kins a spectacular fall. Hongyi won this battle, and only at this moment did she understand the power of Tai Chi. Kins admitted defeat and agreed to let Hongyi stay. At this time, shouts from the citizens came from outside their mercenary group's entrance. "It's not good, orc spies are running rampant in the city. Quickly inform Lord O." Meanwhile, that J-class Minotaur is relentlessly destroying the town, and it's all Thunder's doing. He's doing this to figure out the town's defenses and the locations of the hidden sentinels. It will make it easier when the beast can attack the Eye of the Storm Fortress. Many law enforcement officers are already here to stop the Minotaur. Unfortunately, they're no match for it. At this moment, 2 fleeing civilians accidentally tripped over a stone. Seeing this, the Minotaur charged towards them. Liu Feng appeared at a critical moment. He performed the Tai Chi Chuan he had taught Hongyi that morning. Then he told Hongyi, who was standing beside him, to watch carefully and learn. This is the essence of Tai Chi, 4 ounces deflecting 1,000 pounds. The moment the bull demon was about to crash into Liu Feng, he used the Tai Chi move generating the 2 instruments. The next second, the bull demon was spinning in his hands. Hongyi, watching from the side, was awestruck. Amazing. Meanwhile, the cat watching from the tall tower was furious. "This fool, hurry up and break free. It's a bull, not a donkey, pulling a millstone." Blading Thunder responded, It's not that it doesn't want to break free, but that it can't. Liu Feng's techniques are magical. The more the Minotaur struggles, the more you struggle, the more you're trapped. Then Liu Feng flung the bull demon aside. This made it dizzy. With a thud, it fell to the ground. Hongyi quickly ran over and told Liu Feng that she wanted to learn that move, so Hongyi tried it. She almost made herself dizzy. Liu Feng said he would teach her when they got back. Just as Liu Feng was helping the old woman up and about to leave, the Minotaur opened its eyes and saw the girl in red behind them. It instantly went into a rage. Liu Feng was completely surprised to find that these bulls were exactly the same as those on Earth. They would go berserk at the sight of anything red. He quickly reminded the girl in red to get out of the way. Unfortunately, it's too late. The Minotaur has already charged towards red. Liu Feng could never have imagined that otherworldly bulls are the same as those on Earth. They go berserk when they see red, and red just happened to be wearing a red dress. The Minotaur charged at red immediately after seeing it. At the critical moment, Liu Feng used swift step to save her. The Minotaur, enraged at the sight, changed direction. Liu Feng's eyes turned exceptionally fierce. He had originally planned to spare the Minotaur's life and leave it to Wu. But he didn't expect that the creature would dare attack the one in red, therefore its only fate was death. Liu Feng killed it with one strike. This angered the cat watching from the tower, making it scratch at the walls. Who's this human? I'm going to kill him. Lading said, you don't need to do it. I want to kill him myself. At this time, O finally arrived on the scene. Lading and his companion left immediately after seeing them. Liu Feng was speechless when he saw O arrive, because in movies, the police always show up at the end. I didn't expect it to be the same here. Big brother O, you're awfully late. The reason O was late was because students from the 4 academies arrived. He had to go greet them. Suddenly U noticed the woman in red next to Liu Feng and was quite surprised. He recognized her at a glance as the famous witch in the city. He was about to speak, when Liu Feng gave him a knee strike to the elbow and said, "This is my sister Hongyi." Oao felt a pang of anxiety. He couldn't believe it. Liu Feng actually considers the witch his sister. He gave an awkward smile. Your sister is really cute. At this moment, Oh Hao remembered the plan to have Liu Feng teach those students. He decided to take him to meet them. These people are students from the 4 academies. Oh brought Liu Feng here. But one student is missing. She's the most troublesome girl. She feels the training is a waste of time and doesn't want to participate. Liu Feng heard this. She's certainly a tough nut to crack. They walked up to the students. Oh introduced them. This is Liu Feng, your training instructor. The students were all discontent when they heard that. They felt that someone around their own age was not fit to be their instructor. Moreover, they couldn't sense a strong aura from Liu Feng. Aware of Liu Feng's strength, O was about to prove it, when Liu Feng stepped forward and said, "You think I'm not qualified to be your instructor?" At this moment, a person emerged from behind the students and muttered, "You a magic and fighting spirit less waste. Want to be our instructor?" How ridiculous. And the one mocking Liu Feng is that most troublesome girl. If you want to be our instructor, beat me first. This woman actually challenged Liu Feng publicly, because she couldn't sense any strong aura from him. I can't sense any magic or fighting spirit from him. She's the troublemaker O mentioned. The genius girl from Star Blue Academy, the young lady of the Nicola family. Nicola Snow. I really can't understand Lord Or. Why would you assign such a weakling to be our instructor? Are you insulting the 4 great academies? At this time the girl in red stepped forward. Don't you dare say that about Liu Feng. Nikolai glanced at the girl in red. He found her eyes radiating a terrifying aura. This startled Nikolai. Seeing this, Liu Feng happily said, "The girl in red is amazing. She actually protected me." At this moment, Nikolai recovered from the terrifying aura. I found that the person in red, her eyes are a little scary. Just like Liu Feng, she's useless. This angered Liu Feng, who said he could be called useless, but not the person in red. Liu Feng planned to show them his true strength, and he mocked them for being trash in front of him, especially Nicholas. These words successfully enraged her. He was about to teach Liu Feng a lesson. At that moment, 3 other students immediately stepped forward. They wanted to avenge Nicola by teaching Liu Feng a lesson, but they all wanted to be the first one to fight. Liu Feng came up with a good idea. "Why don't you 3 come at me together?" The muscular man was furious and threw a punch. But Liu Feng dodged it with his swift step, and he subdued him with one move. If Liu Feng had a sword, he would be dead. But the muscular man still refused to accept defeat. He thought Liu Feng was just lucky. He couldn't believe he lost to a magic and martial arts cripple. At this moment, Liu Feng pushed him away. He decided to give him another chance. "All of you come at me. After all, you're all just as weak as he is." The 3 students, having suffered such humiliation, were completely enraged by Liu Feng. All 3 unleashed their best skills. As Liu Feng, the 3 attacked him together. Facing the mage, swordsman, and fighter, Liu Feng wasn't flustered at all. He easily dodged the swordsman's attack. The magician seized the opportunity. The moment Liu Feng landed, he froze his feet with ice magic. Immediately, the swordsman attacked Liu Feng again. At this moment, Liu Feng drew his sword to parry the attack. As the two were fighting, Du Tu leaped, landing a punch. The three thought they were about to win. They were astonished. Liu Feng instantly unleashed 4 times his strength. He instantly took down the swordsman and the mage. Only the warrior remains. Liu Feng thrust his sword down. On a battlefield, he would be dead. The three were conquered by Liu Feng's strength. Now only the stubborn Nicola Snow remains. She drew her sword and pointed it at Liu Feng. The next second she charged. She lunged at Liu Feng with her sword, but Liu Feng had already used Swift Step to move. She only struck a phantom. Suddenly Liu Feng appeared behind her and taunted, "Is your sword that slow?" This angered Nicola greatly. She swung her sword again, aiming at Liu Feng. But no matter how she stabbed, she couldn't hit him. Seeing the sword marks on the ground, Liu Feng sneered, "Truly a child who's never experienced real combat. You're pathetically weak. Your swordsmanship is all over the place. The floor hasn't done anything to you. Why are you hacking at it?" These words angered Nicola Snow greatly. At that moment, Liu Feng used 2 fingers to clamp her sword. Nicola Snow tried with all her might but couldn't pull it out. Seeing this, Liu Feng mocked her for drawing her sword too slowly. Her swordsmanship was weak. Her sword techniques were flashy but ineffective, and her footwork was a mess. Such strength is called genius. Can you even use a sword? Having said that, Liu Feng gently waved his hand and released her sword. Even this caused her sword to tremble incessantly. At this moment, Nicola Snow was thoroughly enraged by Liu Feng's taunts. "I'll kill you." Nicola Snow was completely furious. Just now Liu Feng continuously taunted Nicola Snow. He even said she was a weakling who couldn't even hold a sword steady. This caused Nicola Snow to want to kill this idiot who mocked her. Now she's using the Nicola family's ultimate sword technique, Full Moon Dance Slash. Everyone watched in amazement, because Nicola Snow has never lost when using this move, but this move requires drawing a full moon to maximize its power. At this moment, Liu Feng was forced to retreat repeatedly. Seems that to make Nicola Snow convinced, he must break her ultimate move. At this time, Nicola Snow finally drew a full moon. He unleashed the round moon dance slash. Seeing this, Liu Feng drew his sword to block the attack. 2 incredibly powerful energies collided. With a loud bang, Nicola Snow was blown away. Liu Feng, however, remained standing firm as a mountain. Clearly, Nicola Snow had lost. I thought it was over then, but Nicola Snow still refused to accept defeat. She was just like the other 3. She couldn't believe she would lose to a magic and martial arts cripple. I can't bring shame to the Nicola family. So Nakalokshu prepared to use a forbidden technique. Suddenly Liu Feng grabbed her hand, interrupting her forbidden technique, and said, "I'm here to be an instructor, not to watch you fight." Note this likely refers to a fight or competition. A more natural translation depends on context. Now the representatives of the 3 academies are willing to have Liu Feng as their instructor. Only Nicola Snow disagrees. Liu Feng was speechless and didn't bother to argue with her. So he told the students, "Training officially begins tomorrow. Everyone else come here tomorrow morning first J." After speaking, Liu Feng returned to the burning mercenary corpse with Hongye. He just arrived at the entrance. Suddenly a huge fireball erupted from inside. Luckily, Liu Feng dodged quickly, otherwise he would have been roasted. Then he aggressively charged in to check the situation. It turned out that the fireball was created by Xiao Jin. Liu Feng angrily questioned, "Xiao Jin, what are you doing?" Xiao Jin cried and said Kins is leaving. He did this to stop Kins from leaving. Kins thought that Liu Feng was going to participate in the Beast Clan Grand Duel. He figured he couldn't be of much help by staying, so he took a mission to Star Blue City. Liu Feng heard that he was also going to Star Blue City. He then made an appointment with Kins to meet up after the duel. Just as Kins was about to leave with his pack, the woman in red poked her head out to check. Seeing this, Liu Feng told her to come in quickly. "Don't stand at the door. Let me introduce you. This is Xiaojin." Then he introduced the girl in red. "She's my sister Hongyi." Ajin listened and found that Liu Feng's introduction of Hongyi had 3 more words than his own. He began to fantasize wildly. She thought her position in Liu Feng's heart had been replaced by the woman in red. Thinking this, she cried out, "You've changed your mind. I'm not going to be world's #1 with you anymore." He suddenly jumped and grabbed Kens's package. "Big brother Kens, take me away. Liu Feng doesn't want me anymore." Ken said with a look of disgust, "Forget it. I can't afford to support you." At that moment, Xiaojin suddenly thought, "How can I, a man, give up so easily? I won't let Liu Feng have you. I'm not afraid of you." Hong was quite surprised. She didn't expect Xiaojin to be unafraid of her. At this moment, Xiaojin jumped down from Kens's baggage. He declared that he wasn't leaving. "I won't let anyone take my place." Then he stormed off towards the stairs. The 3 of them looked completely dumbfounded. They didn't understand what Xiaojin meant. Then Kens went to Star Blue City. Today was the first lesson Liu Feng gave these students. He planned to help them overcome their weaknesses in battle. And their biggest weakness, it's the lack of fighting between the students. They lack the conviction to face their enemies. So Liu Feng will take them to a place where they can directly confront life and death. and that place is the life and death arena. Nicola actually was very excited when he heard this, because the arena is where those nobles seek amusement. The students are not very willing to go, but Liu Feng doesn't force them. I'll give you 3 minutes to consider. Those who want to go, follow me. Those who don't want to go can return to the academy. Just as Liu Feng was about to leave, Nicola Snow spoke. Can you guarantee that we will truly become stronger if we go there? That Liu Feng couldn't guarantee. As for whether you can become stronger, it depends on your own determination. Nikolai agreed to go to the arena to hone his skills after hearing that. Seeing this, the other 3 followed. This is the largest arena in the never-setting fortress. The old man next to Liu Feng is the arena's owner, Moya. Lordo has given his instructions. Everything is up to you. Just call me Moya, sir. Then arrange an unoccupied arena for us. Then Moya led them to the empty stands of the arena. While Liu Feng was below in the arena, the students were completely dumbfounded. They didn't know what he was going to do. The iron cage slowly opened. A group of enslaved people emerged from inside. They seemed quite strong. These were all class prisoners carefully selected by Moya, but Liu Feng wasn't quite satisfied after looking. He wanted to select some more from among them, so he instructed Moya to untie their feet. I want to fight them. These words enraged his prisoners. They wanted to tear the boy to pieces. At this moment, Liu Feng curled his finger and mocked. Did you hear that? The big... As long as you can beat me, you'll have a chance to be free. This successfully ignited the hope of this force. The moment their feet were untied, everyone rushed towards Liu Feng. Seeing this, Liu Feng was overjoyed. He charged forward, facing their attack. Liu Feng used swift wind steps to dodge all the attacks. The students were dumbfounded. They found Liu Feng's movements very unique. They wondered what kind of martial art that was. Then Liu Feng counterattacked, knocking down one person with each punch. In the blink of an eye, he had taken down most of them. Only 6 of this 4 were still standing. Liu Feng felt it was enough, so he told the 6 remaining people, as long as you can beat those punks in the audience, I'll set you free. The 6 were quite surprised. They immediately agreed, and this muscular man is the boss of this prisoner's boated eye. Then he called the students down, except for the 8 leaders. In pairs they will fight bow to 3 to bow to 6. Liu Feng whistled begin. But the 8 were instantly defeated by the prisoners. The 4 team leaders couldn't believe it. They didn't expect them to be so strong. Next, Liu Feng arranged for Shizhan to fight Bauer. Shizhen confidently walked up. However, Bauer didn't take him seriously at all, because he's also defeated quite a few 8th rank experts. Lang walked to Liu Feng and said, Instructor, Shizhan's level is a whole rank higher than his opponent. No matter how you look at it, Shizhan will win. I don't think we need to fight. Liu Feng replied very confidently. You're wrong. Shizhen will lose for sure. These nobles' gifted children have high levels but lack actual strength. Therefore, Liu Feng wants to train them in real combat and life or death battles. Liu Feng arranged for Shizhen to fight against B2. He clenched his fist and lunged forward, but B2 blocked the punch with his arm. There was a sharp crack, his arm was broken, but B2 didn't care. He quickly counterattacked. He landed a punch on Shizhen's face. The moment Shizhen fell, B2 came to his side and attacked again. That blow would have severely injured or even killed him. Luckily, Feng was there to stop B2 in time. Shizhen lost this battle because they lacked the ruthless determination to win. Team B dared to exchange injuries for victory. Shizhen lacked that kind of courage. This was the key to their defeat. Liu Feng chose the wild arena precisely to teach them this point. You must understand, in a duel with the orcs, it's either you win or you die. If you're not willing to fight to the death, then you will die. Liu Feng decided to train them here for 5 days. I hope that in 5 days, you will all learn how to fight this battle. During these 5 days, Liu Feng explained to them the joint parts of the human and orc bodies, trained their physical fitness, and let them fight each other. Liu Feng was giving guidance from the sidelines. 5 days quickly. These students' strength has greatly improved. They couldn't beat B-tier Lionheart before. Now they can defeat him. And Liu Feng's special training for them ends here. Everyone, dismiss. Assemble at the martial arts field tomorrow. After hearing this, several people left, but Nicola Snow remained. She came before Liu Feng and softly said thank you. After saying that, he turned and left, Liu Feng muttering with a look of disgust on his face. It's really awkward meeting so many girls. Only Wire is the most straightforward person. After hearing this, Nicola Snow stopped and asked, you know Wire? What? Liu Feng couldn't believe that Nicola Snow knew Wire too. The two confirmed it with each other. Are you talking about the same person? Unexpectedly, it really is. Liu Feng said with a sad expression, where is my family? But she's already passed away. At this moment, Nicola finally understood the Feng Wire had been constantly mentioning. So it's Liu Feng. But he still doesn't know that Wire is not. Nicola was just about to tell him, but he was interrupted by the sudden appearance of Oh. It's a letter from the Xinglan City Mercenary Guild sent to Liu Feng. He specially delivered it. Liu Feng opened it and saw that it was from Sophie. She succeeded in seizing power. Now she's the head of the Mercenary Guild. Who teased Brother Liu? Are you and Sophie, you know? Liu Feng's face flushed and he explained. We haven't gotten to that point yet. Brother, oh, don't talk nonsense. Seeing Liu Feng so shy, he stopped teasing him and left to continue his patrol. She angrily turned and walked away, thinking Will misses him so much, but he's already found a new lover. Men are no good. Nicola's anger grew with each passing moment. She stopped, turned around, and cursed at Liu Feng. You dog! Liu Feng was completely bewildered. Everything seemed fine just now. A woman's heart is truly unfathomable. Then Liu Feng returned to the Chire mercenary group. As soon as he entered, he saw Xiao Jin full satisfied and fast asleep. He took out a blanket and covered Xiao Jin with it. Then he went to check on Hongyi. He found her practicing her martial arts. Suddenly Hongyi's inner energy became agitated. Liu Feng quickly helped her regulate it. At this time Hongyi's inner energy changed. It changed from white to red. He channeled his inner energy to calm Hongyi down, but this made Hongyi feel somewhat uncomfortable. This red true became even more agitated. Can you believe it? In just a few days Hongyi has gone from a magus martial arts cripple to an 8th rank expert. Just a few minutes ago, Liu Feng returned home and found Hongyi's true ki unstable, so he sat down to calm her ki. But an accident happened. The red kai from the woman in red slowly extended upwards along Liu Feng's kai. It swallowed his ki. Liu Feng quickly withdrew his hand. At this moment he couldn't understand why the woman in red's ki had an absorbing effect. Then a monster emerged from the woman in red's body. Liu Feng was startled when he saw it. Isn't this what they call a demon? Suddenly the demon attacked Liu Feng. He drew his sword intending to defend himself, but it vanished the moment it hit him. At the same time the red kai of the woman in red subsided. When she woke up, she had no memory of what had just happened. Liu Feng immediately checked her body. He found that there was actually a cyclone in her danshan. So-called cyclone is when one's inner strength in Huaxia's internal martial arts cultivation reaches a certain stage. The inner force will form a cyclone within the body, and its function is to significantly enhance one's own strength. But Liu Feng hasn't condensed a cyclone yet. Instead his apprentice, Red Robe, beat him to it. It seems she's a martial arts prodigy. And while she was practicing just now, she came up with an incredibly powerful move. The person in red rummaged through a pile of garbage. Then they placed it on the ground. Now witness the miracle. The person in red unleashed powerful inner energy, making the garbage float in the air. Then they used a devouring technique to suck up all the garbage. This way doing chores will be faster and easier in the future. Liu Feng was speechless. Such an awesome skill, and he only uses it for housework. The woman in red was somewhat disbelieving that the devouring skill she created was so powerful, so Liu Feng decided to show her. Liu Feng shouted at the door, "Come out, or don't blame me for being impolite." It turned out to be the 3 from Lion Battle. Their purpose was to recruit the instructor. Before they could even speak, Liu Feng refused them. "I won't be swayed by any forces. Don't even think about it. But since you're here, you might as well help me with something." So Liu Feng arranged for Lan Ying and Hongye to fight, to test her strength. Then they went outside to prepare for battle. Hongye used her devouring skill. The 3 of them were stunned. They found something odd about the cyclone. But Lan Ying saw that the girl in red was just a little kid and didn't pay much attention. Thinking she could easily beat her, she was going to make her call her dad. So Lan Ying casually used an ice magic spell. An ice spike slowly flew towards the girl in red.